What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome everybody to another episode of Tales from the Jails. We're here live in Empowerment USA. TNS Media Group is the team and the family. I'm Tawfiq Page. Got my counterpart, Mr. Brahim Jackson. We got a special guest with us today. Tell them who you are.
I am Carin Seals.
Carin Seals. Where you from?
I'm from Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Lancaster, PA. She has a hell of a story to tell. You know what I mean? And listen, and in the feds, she ride with the PA car where she ride with the Philly people, right? Is that true? Yeah.
Yeah, she's underneath the 066 Act.
066
I'm
Act.
quite sure your last numbers was 066, wasn't it?
Actually, it was 015.
Oh, so you got a new number.
I was out of Delaware.
Oh, so Delaware, they don't give them 066.
No, Delaware is 015.
015, okay,
Yeah.
but they still fall underneath if they chose to.
Yeah.
With the men anyway.
Yeah, we're still Eastern.
Mm-hmm. The Eastern District of
Yes.
Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Yeah, so as you know, Tales from the Jails, I put the disclaimer right there. What we do is we bring in you guys real stories, real events that happen, nothing fake, nothing fraudulent. But ultimately, our goal is to deter you from going to prison by bringing these real stories, these real live events, these real individuals who have served serious time for serious crimes. We do not glorify prison in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So we're here today. Also, I want to say something to you. You can speak about what you want to speak about, leave out what you want to leave out. It's up to you, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
So let's kick this off. So you are from Delaware?
I'm from Lancaster.
Lancaster, okay, but
Yes.
you got your court your case in Delaware.
Yes. I called my case in Delaware. My first case in Delaware, yeah.
Okay, so like we'll just start off. So, y'all bring Lancaster, we're here in Lancaster, we're thinking like the Quaker town and the people on the back of the buggies with the horses.
Amish.
Yeah, Amish. And we hear a lot of people say there's money in Lancaster. A lot of people from the city will go out there and try to get money and say there's money out there. You know how people always say they go out here to these other places and they make money especially from Philadelphia. But so yeah, coming up in Lancaster, how was that for you?
Coming up in Lancaster, it was everybody knows everybody, of course. It was small town. We really didn't have much violence at the time, a little bit here and there, but you could sleep with your doors open. Everybody was friendly and it was easy going growing up.
Okay.
Then as I got older, then I seen what you're saying. A lot of out-of-towners would come migrate to our town to make money. Because they can, cut their price, come there, and they made a lot of money. So you had a lot of New Yorkers and you had a lot of people from Philly as well.
Okay.
I mostly only knew the New Yorkers at the time. I didn't really know people from Philly because that's who migrated around our family.
Okay.
New Yorkers. Yeah, so they came out there to make money.
So for you coming up, like your household, mother, father, single father, how was that for you? You had both your parents?
No, single mother. I was raised by my grandmother.
Okay.
To the age of 10. She passed away when I was 10. And then pretty much I lived with my mother. But typical, they were addicts.
Why did you live? So I'm asking you, why did you live with your grandmother? Because your mother was an addict.
Yes.
What kind of drugs was she on?
Crack.
Okay. Like everybody else's.
Typical 80s baby. So yeah, my parents were on drugs. So my grandmother, she pretty much raised me till I was about 10. She passed away when I was 10.
I'm sorry to hear that. So your grandma passed away, then you moved back with your mom.
Yeah, so my mom was like in and out. So she would be present and she'd get herself clean and then she would relapse and then we'd go back to my grandmother's house and then my mom would get herself clean again. We would live with her for a little bit. So it'd go back and forth. But I wanted to stay with my grandmother. Like I was like, I want to stay with my nanny. That's where I wanted to be. That's why I felt it was home, stability, the love. Like I just always wanted to be with my nanny. So when she passed away, she protected us from a lot of stuff. So when my nanny passed away, it's like, I always say like, my eyes was open. Like, Adam and Eve bit the apple. Then all of a sudden, everything that was always around me, I became exposed to.
Aware of it.
I was aware of it, yeah. It was always there, but she sheltered us from it. And as soon as she passed away, it was like, whoa.
The sheets has been pulled back.
So how many siblings you have?
I have, it's 5 of us all together.
So y'all
my mom.
Yeah, all live with your grandma? All 5 of y'all?
Yeah, except my brother, my one brother, he did live with my dad's mom. So
okay,
yeah, my paternal grandmother.
So when I was a kid, I know it's not about me, but when I was a kid, it was 4 of us, me, my brother, my 2 sisters. My grandma took us in, so all 4 of us was with my grandmother while my mother was on drugs. So we have a similar story. So you ultimately coming up now, living, your grandmother passes away. You go back to live with your mom, and now your mom, she's back and forth. How was that for y'all? What was y'all doing while she was in and out of her addiction?
Well, once my grandmother passed away,
Yeah.
she got clean.
Okay.
So she made a choice to get clean. So she did get clean at that time, from drugs, from crack at the time. I think she might have dipped and dabbed and drinking a little bit here and there. But we moved to a drug infested street. So the street we moved to was like, yeah, just a drug infested street. You had people on the block getting money. I witnessed drive-by shootings. It was just police raids. It was just like a known street. It was called Green Street. So that was just like a major street in my town.
Okay.
Where you knew to go to get drugs, and it was just not a good street. Like my friends couldn't even walk on the block. They would have to meet me on the corner because their parents were like, "Yeah, no."
I like to
don't
call
want
that.
you.
I like to call that controlled chaos when it's in one section. It's
Yeah,
just
it's just
jumping.
one section, right?
Controlled chaos.
One section. It's really just one block. It was just literally just one block right there, and we was like smack right in the middle. So she got clean, and then we moved right there.
Oh man.
Right.
So that was like
A task.
that's like putting him inside like a porno store. Like
Yeah.
you know, what I mean?
Yeah.
He turns up. So
Yeah. You goddamn right. Butt man's everywhere.
now on duties.
Yeah.
Now on duties everywhere as well. Yeah, but he so with you, now you put your mother in a place in an environment, or you move to a place in an environment where now it's easy for your mother to relapse.
Correct. But she was able to kind of spin it. My mom was always like a hustler. My dad was a hustler. So she started hustling weed.
Okay.
So she started selling weed because, it was some guys from Philly like, hey, you're on this block. All this is going on. So make some money. And she started making money.
Wow.
So I seen the hustling from like I said, at 10. 10 is when I just got exposed to everything. And I just seen so much that I shouldn't have seen at 10 years old.
It's crazy too, because like, as a kid, when you're brought up in those type of environments, you have no choice but to understand and learn things. Like I said, when I was a kid living, I was living on a drug block. I knew all the drug dealers. I knew where they hid the drugs. I knew where the cops was coming from. This is me as a small kid from just riding my bike up and down Brooklyn Street. I'm riding my bike, and I'm a little kid, so I started to see everything. I knew everything about how the block worked. I knew everything. So I understand what you're saying in regards to that. So for you moved to the block, and at what age did you start to turn to a life of crime, or this was later on in your life?
Yeah, it was later on because I still stayed active in track. I loved school still, so I still stayed active. So the streets didn't kind of get me, but I learned loyalty at that age. Like my dad was into gambling and hustling, so I learned how to gamble at 10 years old. I'm playing pity pack, looking for quarters in the couch to go down the street to go play some pity pat. So I just witnessed so much. My dad still says to this day, he was like, I remember a story where my dad had actual money order machine, like from the corner store, and he was down there like taking money orders and turning like say like a $10 money order into like $1,000, and then finding people to go cash the money orders. Like, and he was like, "You still remember that?" I'm like, "Yes, very vivid. I remember the money order machine in the basement, and you showed me what you was doing."
Let me ask you a question too. So a lot of times, I'm gonna ask you this because this happens. You raised around drug dealing and drug dealers. Were you attracted to drug dealers coming up as a teenager into a young adult? Was that something somebody was attracted to?
I think I was attracted to fast money.
Okay.
So I didn't really identify like fast money came from a drug dealer.
Okay.
I was just attracted to fast money.
So if it was a guy who was getting fast money, you was like, oh, I like him.
Yeah, because that's all I knew. Like my dad, my mom, like all I knew was fast money. Like I didn't know them to work. I just always knew them to get money.
Now he was getting kind of like fast money. Would he be considered to be attractive to you? Like if you was like,
Who, me?
Well, listening to him, he seemed like he was a trick. So yeah,
Oh my goodness gracious, man! Y'all
he
ain't
seemed
gonna
like he
turn
was a trick. So
yeah, he is. He was.
we had a good time with him.
Yeah, he'll come back and the pack money stayed messed up with him. So you now you young teenager coming up. You still just living your life. Was you attracted to fast money then as a teenager or up until young? So
No, I still was like in school. I still was like the good girl going to school, playing sports. Like I still always had like a goal. I seen life outside of my town. Like I always knew I wanted to go to college. I always knew that I wanted something more. And I just kind of like motivated myself. My uncle, he went to college and stuff like that. So he always said like, you're going to college, like you're getting out of here. And he kind of exposed us to college life and took us to his college and took us, like he was living in Baltimore, would take us to Baltimore. So he kind of exposed us a little bit to life outside of Lancaster.
Okay.
So I always knew that I wanted to get out. I didn't know how at the time, but I knew I was getting out.
Sidebar, when was the first time you came to Philadelphia? How old was your first visit to Philly?
The first time that I came to Philadelphia that I remember was about 16, 17. I was about 12th grade. And we drove down here. We used to come down here and go to the Freaknik. And they had
the Greek Fest?
With the Greek Fest. Yeah. We used to go to the Greek Fest. We'd just go to South Street. We used to go to Delaware Ave. They had
Broad Street. I mean,
they had crazy. Like the 18 to get in, 21 to drink on Delaware Ave. What was that called? Some with a P, but we used to go there and hang out. So we used to always
was it Palmer's?
Palmer's, yes. So we used to go to Palmer's. There was one was the outside. I don't know if they had a pool out there, but it was on Delaware Ave. So we used to come out here all the time to go clubbing.
He still take people to Palmer's too.
Palmer's is still open?
Nah, this man, she talking about some Palmer's is still open.
Yeah, if he get mad, like we call Palmer's, he might slap somebody at the Palmer's hand. He still take people to Palmer's every now and then. He has an anger issue, as you can see. So
he's real mild right now.
Yeah, he gonna turn up in a minute. So you got so now, you go to college. You went to college?
I went to college. Yes.
What college you go to?
I went to Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
Lincoln University.
Graduate?
I graduated. Yeah, 4 years. 01, 05. So
how was college for you? How was that? Like, was that like was it fun college or?
Yeah.
Was you out there getting drunk, going to the parties, passed out on the lawn, all that type of stuff?
No.
He was a good girl.
I wouldn't say I was a good girl, but I had fun. Like I had fun. So coming from a small town, hitting Philadelphia, hitting Lincoln, it was like wow, because you got all these people from like Philly and New York and Baltimore. So it was like I wouldn't say it was a culture shock.
It's a mixing pot.
But yeah, it was like wow, and like coming from like a small town, you was like, oh wow. And then I was, young. I was blessed to have, a nice figure, and so it was like a lot of attention that I wasn't used to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
it was on your line basically.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know how to take all that. I really didn't. I didn't really know what I had at the time.
But you know, everybody coming at you.
Yeah, they just coming at me just to want to have sex.
I mean, that's normal.
I mean, you're in college, so that's really all.
Yeah, high school kid. I mean, you just coming out of high school, you're in college, then you got freedom. Your mom's not there, nobody, your dad's there. Just a bunch of kids living amongst kids. Because when I was graduated out of high school, I didn't go to college, but I would like frequent IUP, Lincoln. I used to go to the parties. We used to go out there to the parties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And college, going wild, right, young?
What?
Yeah, college is wild. College is wild, man.
Oh, college is definitely wild.
Yeah. But it was fun. Like I met some longtime friends. They're still my friends to this day. So I have some great. It's like a family. Going to like a small HBCU, you become a family. I can say that. So every time you go to homecoming, every time you go with her, it's always love. Like it's always love.
And what college was you in? Lincoln. Lincoln University.
Yeah. So it's always love.
My girlfriend went there.
Okay.
The girl that left me and had babies on me. Yep. I'll never
did she leave for someone that she met at Lincoln?
She might know. She might know her.
She did. She definitely did. She left me for someone.
If she went anytime between 2000 and 05, I would know her. Because everybody kind of knew everybody.
You said 2000 and 05?
No, between 2000 and 05.
No, you was...
Because I graduated.
From 2000 to 05?
Yes.
Yes, she was going there then.
Okay.
She was attending.
No, you was home.
Yeah, but you talking about I ain't come home in 2001.
You got indicted though, right?
Well, yeah, but she said if she was going anywhere from 2000 to 05, she was going there then.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying to you is, my question to you is, was the time when she got pregnant before 2001? Because it had to happen before you even went to jail when she told you that.
Yeah, I came home 2001.
Okay. All right.
That's why I say from 2000 to 2005, what she just said, she was there.
Okay.
I come home 2001. I come home, she already had a baby already. She was pregnant with the second one.
Mm.
So she definitely done went through a whole everything.
Yeah, she was tired.
Sitting out there in Lincoln College with her baby father. They together, they good now, though. That's a
they
good
still
thing.
together?
Okay.
Yeah, well, not together, but you know, they cordial and they do good co-parenting. And all.
How you feel about that?
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's good.
You're not
That's good.
mad?
No, I was mad back then. I ain't know no better.
Okay, so let's get back to your story. So, so you in college now. You graduate?
Yes, I graduated in 05.
What was your master? I mean, I'm sorry. What was your major?
Major degree in accounting.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that means we going to the bank. So you graduate college, big celebration. You get out of college. Now, what was your first job?
My first job was a bank, but I didn't work at a bank as a teller. So I
Okay.
worked in the back office.
So you was counting the money and stuff like that?
Nope, it was all like wires and stuff. We didn't deal with actual money. It was all just like wires. We dealt with wires. We dealt with corporations and stuff like that. Like no actual like individual people.
Cash.
Yeah.
What's the most amount of money you've seen in the bank?
Like I said, we dealt with wires. So we're sending like billion-dollar wires.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're dealing with like companies,
Digital money,
corporations.
like digital money,
Yes.
corporations.
Yeah.
You see a number on the screen.
Investors and trading. So you got the people in New York that's going to close the deal. So after they close the deal, then we kind of manage it. So you kind of sell. So I worked for the bank, and this bank pretty much closed the deal with the loans, and then they take their piece and sell it off to different investors. So if they close on a $1.2 billion loan, they're going to sell that off to probably 500 investors and kind of make their money off like that.
Let's get to your life of crime. So let's get to that. That's what people want to know. We got to give them your backstory. And let's get to this. So,
Because they up there talking about some, she graduated, she working good, she ain't did nothing.
Yeah, like that's what everyone thought. Like, not Carin, because I was, like I said, I made it out. I went to college. I was educated. And then it's like, how did I end up in federal prison?
So let's get to that. So you're working in the bank, and so when did this life of crime start for you? How did you get introduced to this?
Like I said, it was always around me. But my thing is, I made it out, but I didn't know how to separate. I didn't know how to separate everyone from back home and me moving forward with my life. I never wanted no one to think that I was better than them, and I just because I went to college and I graduated, I couldn't come back home and still be on the block. So I didn't know how to separate the two. So when I went off to college, I moved to Delaware. I was working in Delaware, and I was still going home every weekend. I was still partying every day, then going to work. And then I met a guy at Transit, matter of fact, out here, $2 Tuesdays at Transit.
Club Transit, okay, yeah.
Yes.
He used to be dancing and stuff in the club. Go ahead.
Yeah, I met a guy, and then we connected, and then I was pretty much just venting to him about my job, like how this job is just so crazy and stressful, and you can probably send money to West Bubba and nobody know. I'm just talking.
You just threw it out there.
I'm just throwing it out there, but I'm just vetting. I'm just talking.
Antenna was like, what?
Yeah. So the whole time he was plotting. The whole time he was plotting. So he asked me to wire him some money. And I said, no, I'm not wiring you no money. Like, no, I like my job. And then it went from that to one day I got my review back, and it wasn't that great. And then I kind of got upset. And then I was like to him, well, send me your wire instructions. And I sent like $10,000.
And they didn't even notice it.
No. Because it was recycled money. So it was money that was out there on the cash rack that needed to be reconciled, but nobody reconciled. So then I was able to kind of just send it right back out. What no one was looking for. Like I said, I didn't deal with personal accounts. We dealt with corporations. So no one's really, so no one's looking for the money. And it's not coming out of anyone's personal account, so they're not looking for the money.
And then if they do look for it, is when they get to their accountant and so forth, that could be like a year down the line where they would probably actually recognize it with their accounting firm or whoever it is doing their books.
The audit. Audit. But like I said, it was like money just out there that just needed to be reconciled. Somebody needed to kind of match the debit with the credit. The money that went out, the money that came in, someone needed to reconcile it. But because it wasn't reconciled, it was just sitting out there. So I was able to take it and just resend it back out.
Wow.
Just that easy. When he
Yeah.
called you late on that day and was like, yeah, that joint, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a cut for you?
Yeah, we just split it down the middle.
Yeah, I'd have gave his ass, goddamn, you take this $2 and I'm gonna go ahead and take this 8-ball Jamal. He'd have been cool with that. He'd have been cool with that.
So-
No, we split it down in the middle,
You was
50-50.
fair. You was fair. You was fair in your crime spree.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right, so
in the
so-
beginning.
So that first 10 go wham. So now you like, hold up.
Was you scared a little bit? Like
I
nervous?
was
at it?
definitely scared.
Like days of like you coming into work like, damn, it's day.
Yes, I was
And-
petrified because it wasn't me. Like I'm just big on loyalty, and I know my coworkers trust me. And then it was just like, oh man, I felt like I just threw everything away that I worked so hard for, and I was like, it's only a matter of time that,
You get caught.
yeah.
How do
So-
you come? How do you come into work the next day after sending? You walk in the building the next day. Just describe that, because sometimes you get away with something. Then the next day you walk in, you looking around. How was your how were you feeling about the next day at work after sending that
I
first?
can't
10,000?
remember, but I showed up.
Mm.
I went to work. I just act like everything was okay. I guess in my mind, I felt like they weren't going to catch it.
Yeah.
Because I was able to go on the back end and clean it up. And like, so at the time, if
Hold on.
you created the wire, you sent the money out and then you reconciled. So there really was no one in the middle that could catch it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was like, okay.
Do you think it was? I'm gonna ask you this question. Do you think it was anybody else in the job that was doing the same thing you were doing?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right. So you wired you wired 10,000,
Mhm.
and then what was the next wire you sent?
I sent another 10.
But how long was it?
I probably waited about 2 weeks later.
You wanted to wait and see if anything. Ain't
Yeah.
nothing come up in 2 weeks.
Nothing came up in 2
No-
weeks. Nope.
Is he asking you like, yo?
Yeah. He was like, so let's
Well-
like do it again. So I was like, okay, like that went through, send another 10. So I sent another 10. And then when I sent the other 10, the teller, when he went to the bank to get the money out, they kind of do a red flag. She was like, yeah, no, you never got this kind of money. And you're trying to tell me you got 2 wires back to back, $20,000. Like, yeah, no. So she put the red flag on the account.
Oh wow.
And kicked the money back. Well, I didn't know what she was doing, what was going to happen. So that's when I got nervous and scared.
Okay. So the 20 never. I mean, the second 10 never made it to him.
No, it made it to the account, but the lady kind of did a red flag. Like, where's this coming from? She
Okay.
kind of was like, yeah, no.
So
Mm.
would you just start chilling after that? Like, who?
Yeah, so after that happened, that's when I got nervous and anxiety, and I was just like stressed out. I was like, oh man, like I'm about to go to jail. Like I was really scared then.
Mm.
Yeah, you would think I would stop. But so then we came up with a plan that we had to find somebody who had a business account.
All right, so you wasn't gonna send it to him no more.
No, we couldn't send it to personal accounts. So we was like, okay, we're going to send it to business accounts.
Who came up with this idea? You or him?
I said something like, we need a business account. And he's like, oh, I know somebody who has a business account.
Mm.
So it's pretty much like that.
Let me ask you, cuz I want to cut
Mm-hmm.
in real fast. And I want you to be completely unadulterated honest.
Hmm.
Do you think without him you would have ever been doing that? Do you think he was coercing you?
Oh, absolutely. I never would
was
have
the
done
truth.
that. Like,
Mhm.
it never even crossed my mind, like, to wire money. Like, it would never cross my mind. I really enjoyed my job. It was my first job out of college. You know, at that time,
You was happy
I'm
about
fresh
that,
out.
though.
I'm making 40-some thousand a year, no kids,
Mhm.
no nothing. Like, I'm good. Like, I never once thought about it. And I even said to my roommate, I was like, telling her about it. I was like, yeah, but that's crazy. I can't believe he asked me. Like, it never crossed my mind.
But
I
it
never
stayed.
once.
Once he planted that seed, it grew.
It grew, and then just immature.
dude.
I was just very immature. And then once I got a bad review because of something I did, and now I want to say, oh, I'm gonna retaliate and go send money. Like I'm getting them back because
Right.
I got a bad review. Oh, I'm gonna send the money and wire money.
Right.
So
Dang.
yeah.
So y'all come up with a plan.
So we come up with a plan, and the plan was to get
Business account.
a business account. So he had his friend who got a business account. We never met though.
Hold
you
up.
know?
How long was it after they red flagged the second 10,000 you tried to send?
2 months, I would say.
So you was chilling. Oh,
Yeah.
you went back into hibernation mode.
So it was
Right.
about 2
That's
months.
a nice
That was like
little lift.
around Christmas time, December, and then around February is when.
That's when you tried to do the business account job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I know it's going to be more than 10,000 this time around.
Oh yeah. So now we got business accounts. So when we come up with this plan, we never met. So the thing was, I never supposed to meet the guy with the business account, and he wasn't never supposed to meet me. We were supposed to just have the person in the middle,
Which is the dude.
which is the dude that like that I was dealing with
Yeah,
at the
he
time.
al- yeah, he-
yeah. So he was the middleman, And that's when things start getting crazy.
Like what? Explain.
So money start going out. So we're sending like 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. Like we're sending out big money.
You sending out 300,000 and it's going?
Yeah, I'm sending out 100,000, and then I'm sending out like 200,000 at one time.
And how far apart?
So I'm sending it out. So the way it was set up is like, so investors pay interest on a loan, maybe principal interest every like month or so. So I was sending it out maybe like at quarter end, because usually that's when like a lot of money went out, like at the end of the quarter.
Yeah.
You wasn't scared just not to cut, but that one, when you was putting 100,000, that might made my heart start beating a little bit like, whoo, 200,000 right there.
No, let me tell you when I got scared. I got scared when I sent $2 million. I sent $2 million, and that's when I was like, yeah, I'm
Did it
in
go
over
through?
my head. Yeah.
The money landed?
Mm-hmm.
How much did you get off?
So if he taught some whole.
No, so okay, so go back.
We gotta
so
get into this.
all right, let's go back. So we send out 1, 2, 3. We're sending out the money. So it's supposed to do a 3-way split.
How often? Because how often and how far apart would you spend? You see, so
man, this only went from February to June.
Okay.
By June, I'm lying. This only went for like it was quick. It really only lasts like 3 months. Yeah, so from like to June, I was done by June.
Okay.
By June, I was done. So it was supposed to be a 3-way split, but then I'm not getting my money.
Wow.
So I'm getting pennies on a dollar. So
I'm not. So it'd be a time like, all right, the money land, and they got a time to give you your cut, and you wouldn't receive it. I wouldn't send a motherfucking thing after that no
I wasn't
more.
getting my money. I was getting like pennies on a dollar. So when I say pennies on a dollar, if I'm sending off $100,000, we're giving him a little more because he's going to have to pay interest, like he's going to have to pay tax on his account. So we knew he was going to get more of it when the split came.
The lion's share.
Right. So if I'm sending like 100,000, say we're getting 30, he might give me 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he couldn't, and he'd tell me like, oh, he couldn't pull the rest of the money out. You got to wait till next week to get the other 10.
Okay, well, what's up next week?
Yeah. But by then, more money hit. So now I'm still back. Yeah. So now I got to keep getting money. So now it's becoming personal because like you're thinking because me and you are dealing with each other, like you can play with my money. But no, don't play with my money. Like, no.
Give me my money.
Yeah.
Give me my
So
money.
he thought that he can still like kind of play with me. Like, okay, she's getting money. I'm going to give her what I give her. And then I'm still dealing with her. So she ain't going to say nothing. Oh, no. Yes, I am. So at that point, I'm at work one day and I'm calling and he's not picking up the phone. So I was like, okay, anything could be happening. Like, and you're not picking up. And he was like, oh, I was at the casino gambling. I couldn't pick up my phone. But I don't know. At that time, I just like, it's too many games. I kind of X'd him out. So this is where it got like tricky because I knew where the guy worked, where his business was, and I just went over there and I popped up.
And you wanted you cut the middleman fuck out. Like, listen, we 50-50 from here on out.
And I walked in there and I was like,
how you introduce yourself? Like, you got to give us this whole story.
I couldn't believe, like, I did it. I don't know where the confidence came from, but I was like by myself. It was like Germantown, somewhere in Philly. Like? I didn't know what he looked like. I didn't know anything. I just knew where the shop was, where the business was. So I wrote up in the business and I was like, is X, Y, and Z? I asked if he was in there. And then I seen the one guy. The one guy looked at him. So I was like, oh, I knew who he was. Now I knew who he was because someone looked in that direction. But no one, they kept saying he's not here. I said, okay. And I just left. But then when I got outside, he ran behind me. And he was like, who are you? And I was like, I'm the person on the other side. And he was like, we never were supposed to meet. I was like, yeah, I know.
Dang.
And he was like, take a ride with me.
It's a black guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he took a ride. We took a ride. And he was like, I gave him money. But when I tell you that man made everything right, he met me. He gave me everything that was owed to me. And he made
I just bet he
it right.
did.
Yeah, he made it right.
I just bet the hell he did, man. I'd have made it right double time.
That's what he said. He's like, what? He was supposed to be doing all this. Took me to the mall, got me a Louis bag. He did me good. Like, he made sure I was straight.
Y'all start dealing with each other like that?
No.
Okay.
And he never crossed the line. Me and him never crossed the line. It was always business. But I didn't know him. I still didn't trust him. I didn't know him.
But my question is not start dealing with him as a relationship with Torfeejas, but did you start dealing with him as, man, we don't do business, he out of it.
Yes. And
So
that's
you
when we
sent-
came up with the plan where I sent the $2 million. And that was just between me and him.
Did that land?
Yeah, it landed in his account. Yes, it landed.
You keep talking about some hold on, nigga. You keep talking about hold on.
Yeah.
Ain't no hold on, nigga. They still doing that down there. No, don't do
No.
that. Don't do that. But God,
No, they
damn.
probably implemented so many different things now.
Oh,
No.
So the guy who got cut out, how did he feel about that?
Well, at that time he was cocky. So he just felt like whatever. He didn't think that he didn't know that I went over there, that I met him, that we continue to do business. He didn't know.
Oh, he ain't know nothing.
So what did you tell him?
He's just thinking he
Nothing.
did.
We're done. Like we don't even communicate no more.
So he ain't wanted. He ain't actually send him no more money or nothing.
Nope. It was done. Like
And
I'm
the
like
other guy
I'm done.
never. The other guy never told him nothing either.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
Wow.
So we X'd it out. I sent the last wire.
How much he
and
gave you over there?
So we did a split.
So-
Well, we was doing a split. So $1 million. But I ended up getting, like I said, I just didn't trust him. He ended up giving me 800. So out of that I got 800,000. But what happened was he gave me
This episode
is
is hurting my stomach.
is it Commerce Bank at the time that was open? I think it was
He's
Commerce Bank. He gave me a debit card with $300,000 on it. And at the time you can have like $100,000 max per account that they insure. So he gave me a card he gave me 2 debit cards. One had $200,000 and one had $100,000.
Wow.
And then every, I think 2 weeks he was sending me like $2,000. But I was just overwhelmed. I really I was just overwhelmed. It was just so much. Like that money just bought so much stuff.
So what you was doing
in
was
my
just
life.
giving it out
Yeah.
to friends and family members?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
it lead to other things? Because, like, I like to say money, but my brother always said, and he right about that. Money brings out who you really are. Like, I like, during my spare time, I got my faults. I might take me a little sip of drink, and he hates it. And I'm talking about alcohol. And he be like, man, how you gonna handle that? Because you drinking on this level right now, and you really ain't got no money. Imagine if you get a big check. And I might be, and he right. Like, did it cause you to do things that you wouldn't usually do without the money?
No, I just stayed
As far
humble.
as drugs or going out?
Oh, gambling. Oh, man. I took my gambling to another level. It turned me out gambling wise.
Everything.
I was a real bad gambler. I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to Atlantic City. Like, I'm stuck. Because I was a gambler. Like, I wasn't a big shopper. Of course I went shopping and did those things. But, I was just young and dumb. Like, I wish I had the mentality, like, or people around me in my
How
circle.
old was you at the time?
I was like 23,
Oh, you
22,
was a
23.
baby
I was
getting
young.
this.
Yeah.
And what year was this?
This was 2007.
Wow.
2007. So I wish I had people around me that say, hey, let's invest this. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Can I ask you a question? Why you ain't just...
She's 22, 23 years old for you.
No, or did you ever think about, because I can't say why because it's over, but did you ever think about just pulling up all the money out of the account?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I end up like, I think I bought a house, I just, giving money away to everyone. And then he said to me, give me names because he wanted to move the money because the money's set in account. But once again, I don't trust him. I don't know if this is accurate, but he's like, give me names so I can get this money out the account for you. And I just was like, whatever. I kind of like gave up on it after a while. I think I had the $300,000 spending that. He's giving me money every like couple weeks on the money. And I was like, just kept pushing it to the side because by that time now I'm caught up I'm back home and I'm caught up now in the drug game. So
What you mean caught up in the drug game?
So at that time, so I moved to Philly. When all this was going on, I was living in Philly. And then my mom was like, you need to come home. Because nobody knew what was going on in my family. They thought I had like a lawsuit that I won, that I had open in Lancaster with the police in my town. So nobody knew what was going on. Like nobody knew. They just thought, oh, she got money, she got the lawsuit. Nobody knew that I took the money from the bank. Nobody knew. Not even my closest friends. Like nobody knew. So, secrets make you sick. So I'm just like kind of just going through just life, just burying myself in unhealthy relationships, just kind of just trying to not.
You them niggas, wasn't you? You was hitting their hand. Don't you sit here and lie.
Not really, because like
she liked the hustlers. You said
yeah, so not really. Like the one guy who I was dealing with at the time was like my first love growing up. We was young, so I ended up reconnecting with him, and then
he got his hand hit.
Yeah,
you ain't got to worry about
but
that.
Then I had to go because he wasn't doing nothing. He was like stuck in depression, blowing the money. He wasn't doing anything. So I got it out that situation because at the end of the day, like we're supposed to be progressing.
Thriving, exactly.
Like so and he was just. Yeah, so
the money turned him to a monster.
Yeah, and he was getting high, and I called him get high one time. I was like, oh yeah, I'm out of here.
High off of what?
Coke. He did coke. So I walked
snort-
in.
is
Yeah.
he
And so
a
it
crack
kind
or-
of like.
Was it
No.
crack or coke?
No, it's not crack. It was coke.
Okay.
But that just turned me off because we want what our parents went through. So it's like after I seen that, I was like, I'm out because I couldn't. It was just going to bring us down, you know. So I just had to go. So I gave him like I gave him 10,000 and I left. I just left the situation, left the relationship, but I didn't want to leave him messed up because at that time we living on the presidential right behind Fridays. It's a little expensive
yeah,
at the time. Yeah,
You
so
goddamn right.
Presidential
right.
City.
So I made sure I paid the rent up and then gave him like 10 stacks and then I left, you know. And then my mom was like, you need to come back home because it was just taking a toll on me. So I moved back home and to Lancaster and bought a house and stuff. And then I started dealing with get caught up in like back home.
Okay.
The worst situations.
I just want to rewind a little bit. So you said, all right, you said 100,000. What made you send $2 million? What was it that in your mind that said, I'm gonna send $2 million?
So I seen it out there on the cash rack, and I seen it was sitting out there for years. So this $2 million was sitting there. Nobody never touched it. Nobody reconciled it. It was just sitting there. And we was just having conversation, and he was just like, we was just having conversation, and I was just like, well, what could you hold? What do you think your account can hold? And he was like, whatever. And I was like, because I see this $2 million just sitting out there.
He probably $2 million. He probably was like, what?
I know. I couldn't believe it. Like when I did it, I was like, oh my God, like it's over for me. Like I am just like I have a good heart, and I just really, it's such a contradiction because it's like, I'm like, I know I'm about to go down, but I'm already in it. So F it, like type of situation. But I just knew that I was going to get caught.
Did you quit after that or no?
I did. Yeah, I quit. So I ended up dealing with these guys out of Atlanta. And so I had sent them some money out in Atlanta, but they never get caught up or nothing like that. So we just did one transaction with them.
How much?
With them, I think I sent about like 300,000 to them.
Wow.
Yeah, because I think they gave me 50.
yeah.
I think I ended up just getting 50 off of that. I was like, just give me 50, whatever. You know, because I was like the type of person that I just wanted everybody to win.
Yeah.
So I just was like, just give me 50. At that time, I wasn't tripping. So I just was like, okay, I send that. I'm a homeboy out there. I was like, thought that was going to help him get on his feet.
Yeah.
And just whatever.
Dang.
And then, then I just was done. I left the job and I was done. But here, I guess money still was going out after I left. But I didn't know anything about it. But I guess I didn't go back and like change the wire instructions. So when the money, like when they sent out the money after I left, the money went to their accounts. But I didn't know anything about that.
So he still was getting hits.
Atlanta people, they still was getting money even after I left.
Wow.
But I didn't know.
How much did they get?
I think it was the wire was like for another 300-something thousand. But they never told me about it, and I didn't know until the indictment came, and then I seen it. I was like, oh, I wasn't there no more. And I ended up resigning, leaving the job, and then it was a year later that they contacted
Let's
me.
get back to. I just want to talk about the money. So when the $2 million hit his account, and you quit the same day you sent it, or
No. I stayed, gave my notice and
2-week notice,
and I
Okay.
stayed the entire time.
and now he got the $2 million. You know that you bought it. Now, did he already give you your cut while you were still working there, or you still was waiting to get your cut?
No. He gave it right away. He went and gave it to me. He was asking me like, how did I want it? And at the time, I told him, give me a debit card because I got robbed.
What you mean?
Yeah. So I came home one day and my house was ransacked, and I got robbed for $50,000 cold cash.
That was somebody who knew you. You found out who did it?
I didn't find out, but I have a great idea who it was.
Some women
and
or
the person
niggas?
who did it, huh?
Some women or some niggas?
Some dude like close, like family.
No,
in a
it's how it
sense.
is.
Family. It was
Yeah, something
family
like that.
because I put like 20,000 in this person's hand, and then they came back and got me for the 30. So that's why I say 50 because I know the person got me. Mind you, I gave them 20,000, so it was nothing for you to get the other 30.
Yeah.
But you came and staged it and ransacked, and I know it was the person because at the time I had the money in a shoebox, and only them knew that the money was in there because they seen it. And then he made a comment like, damn, niggas hustle all year for this. And you got this sitting right here in the shoebox like nothing.
Yeah, that right there
50,000
should
cold
let you
cash.
know he was on his way.
Yeah. So he came back and he got me. He got me.
You was at work when he got in there?
And he was calling me. He was talking to me on the phone the whole
Making
time
sure
I was
you
at
at
work.
work.
She wasn't over
Yeah,
there.
and making sure my roommates weren't there because I had 2 roommates. And that's another reason why I know it was him because my roommate at the time, she didn't move in, and that room the door was closed. And they never even touched that room because at the time he didn't know that no one even lived in there.
Wow.
But someone had moved in there from the last time he was there.
Right.
So that room was never touched. And only the 2 rooms was touched.
Wow.
And I always felt like, yeah, I just felt it. So then it just was like, I was just like, this is too much for me. So once I got robbed, I was like, I didn't want cash.
Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, man. If y'all like what y'all hear, hit that like button. So, you got now you send the $2 million, you quit your job. How much cash did you have at one time? Like that was just, all right, I got access to this amount of cash at one time.
At the time, I only probably got to bring it up to the 50. And then I got robbed because that guy was constantly meeting me, giving me money. So I was just stacking it.
Okay.
And this was like in the beginning. So then when I got robbed for the 50, I was like, I ain't want no more cash. And that's when he gave me the debit cards for $300,000.
Wow. And did you ever get a chance to spend that money or no?
Oh, yeah.
You spent all of it?
Yeah. And then I would go to the ATM every day and take $500 out because I didn't trust him. I didn't know.
Yeah, you
so I would
know.
always like take money out. And then he would go take money out for me too. Give me 10,000 here, 20,000, like whatever I needed.
Okay.
He would go then, but I had to keep track of like how much is in there still, whatever, because I just didn't know.
What was you buying?
Just anything.
What did you have? Like, what's the most expensive thing that you bought?
Most expensive thing I bought?
Like you had every bag probably. What was the most expensive thing you bought?
I don't know. I didn't buy no Rolex or nothing.
Really?
I didn't buy that. No, I did not.
AP and then,
I didn't buy no jewelry. No, nothing like crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
all
telling
the shoes.
you,
They just buying shoes.
I just bought shoes. We went to
How many trips you take?
yeah, we did travel a lot.
Yeah, where did you
Definitely traveled. I didn't go out the country though.
go? Really?
I just traveled
Oh, yeah.
locally,
Around the
Vegas
US?
and Miami and all that type of stuff. I would take my whole family though, travel.
Take everybody. Huh?
Yeah. We had like a shopping, me and my one friend shopping, like we went to New York and went shopping, Bergdorf and Goodman and all that.
Oh yeah, I know about this.
Yeah, we just spent like 20 some years old, just stupid. Just buying the dumbest stuff ever. Bags, shoes, yes, typical stuff.
What's the most
dumb.
you ever gave to someone, like a friend or that they didn't know it was coming, and you just hit their hand, and they like, "Oh, are you serious?" Like, because I know it probably been one of them times for you.
At the time, I think I probably gave my friends like 2,000, but then I gave my family like 10,000, like 10,000 here, 10,000 here,
Who mom and
20,000.
stuff like that.
Yeah. I probably gave my mom like 50,000 in one time.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was doing stuff like that.
Mm,
Like I was just a giver. Like I was just like I'm like a giver. I'm naturally just a giver, and anybody was around me like you were good.
Wow.
Yeah, but like I said, at the time, no one still knew what was going on. Nobody in my circle knew what was going on.
So what was you doing for this year though that you quit? Like this whole year, you got another job somewhere else?
No. And that's when I went back home and I started running around with known drug dealers. And I got caught up with all of that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she said she's a giver, but you more like a taker, right?
No, I'm not a taker. I'm a giver.
Duty.
A giver. But yeah, so damn man, so you had that motherfucking $300,000 when you went back home.
No, I had the 300,000 on the cars, but I still had access to all the other money. So at the time, he gave me $800,000 in the bank. When he did a $1 million split, when he did the split,
Yeah.
he gave me, I had 800,000. So 300 is what I had on the cars access to. But then he was still giving me money. Like every couple of weeks, he was giving me money.
Just hitting your hand. Dang.
Yeah, so I had access to the whole 800, which was my cut outside of all the money we was already dealing with at the time. So, but I just didn't move it. So when everything hit the fan and they came in, only money that got touched was mine. That was what's in the account down to the penny. He was like, come to find out, he was solid. He did not take anything from me.
And this is young guy or old guy?
He was older. We call him old head. He was old head.
How old was he?
At the time, he probably was we was in our 20s. He probably had 20 years on us, so he probably was in his late 40s.
Yeah, because that was a young guy. He probably wouldn't even never seen none of that.
Yeah,
cash.
no.
Yeah, he knew how to be. He knew how to keep it
Yeah,
covered.
it wasn't his first rodeo, so he knew.
What kind of business did he have? You can say that if you can.
I can say the business.
Yeah.
Okay, he had a pizza shop.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He had a pizza restaurant.
So, at what point you on this high? You got all this money coming in, and you still got.
I'm still humble, like so nobody know. My lifestyle didn't really change too much. I'm still driving probably a regular car.
What kind of car you had?
I probably had a Honda. Yeah,
Okay.
Honda.
Hondas run forever.
Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't trying to put too much on me.
Mm-hmm.
I did buy a house though and stuff like that. But yeah, I stayed humble.
Wow. So you get all this money. At what point or when did you know that the feds was on you? Or the police was on you?
So at the time I had ended up getting into a relationship, and then we took a trip to Texas.
With a drug boy.
Yeah. So we take a trip to Texas. I wasn't supposed to drive back. My friend, she got paid to drive back. But I just felt like I was just stressed out because at the time they had called me and say, "Hey, we got word that we wanted you to come in." My old job called me and said, "Hey, we want to know if you can come in and kind of reconcile this transaction."
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they just called me in at that time. They weren't
Just a year
charging
later.
me.
Though.
Yeah, they just asked me if I can come in and kind of help them out and figure out how to reconcile something. I was like, okay, I'll be in. But I also knew we was about to go to Texas, so I knew I wasn't going in on Monday. I said I'll be there on Monday, but I knew I wasn't. But I was stressed out the whole
Texas ride.
Whole Texas trip.
What the hell they want with me?
Right. So I flew to Texas, and then coming back, I was like, I'm going to get in the car and drive back. And I knew the car was dirty. I was like, I'm just going to drive back. And they was like, nah, you're not supposed to get in the car. But I'm like, I'm going to drive back. So I drove back with my friend just to kind of clear my head. Because I was like, it's about to go down. But it didn't go down right away.
So you made it back?
We made it back. Yeah, we made it back. This is like when it was like a drought. Nothing was going on. So we went all the way to Texas.
Drought like what? You mean the coke?
Yeah. So we went all the way to Texas. And yeah, had a good time out there and then drove.
What that ride is like, what, 12, 16 hours or something like that?
Oh my God, I drive for like 20-something hours, it feels like.
Yeah,
I don't know.
sure.
We stopped in Atlanta and took a break, and then...
That's still a long distance from Atlanta, too. Wow. So you take this ride. Why did you decide to come back?
What?
From Texas and all? Yeah, why did you decide to come back?
Family, I guess. Like, you mean, why didn't I stay down there?
Yeah.
I don't know, family. I don't know. I wasn't going to run from the situation. I didn't think nothing about it. I wasn't going to run from it. I was just kind of waiting for the day it came. Crazy to say, but I was waiting for them to come to get me.
Did you still have money when they contacted you?
Yeah. So I still had lawyer money. I was paying a lawyer the whole time. I was paying a lawyer. So my stepdad at the time we had a family lawyer, and I was paying a lawyer.
But you was paying a lawyer for what though?
Just in case when the feds come, I was lawyered up.
Oh, so you just was made sure you had one on retainer.
Yeah.
Like to jump right on something too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was paying a lawyer, and like I said, I came home, and then that's when I got caught up with in unhealthy relationships. And at the time, the guy ended up catching a murder case, murder charge. So that's when the knock came at the door, and I thought it was for him, but here it was for me.
Wow.
Oh, y'all was living together.
Yeah.
So describe that when you opened the door. What happened?
So when I opened the door, they was just like, they was saying who they were, and I thought, okay, they're about to come and question me about him.
What did they say? They said they said we're federal agents.
Yeah, they weren't like federal, like typical federal agents. They was like postal service agents or something. Yeah, they sent postal service agents or something like that. And then that's why I was like, oh, okay. So as they're talking, I was like, oh, you're here for me, for that. And I was like, oh, wow.
Is he there at the time too?
No, he's locked up. So I was like, oh, I have a lawyer. And they was like, okay. And then I kind of just ended. But like I said, I wasn't indicted or charged. They was knocking, still questioning me. Because at the time, they didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
So nobody knew what really would happen.
They was investigating.
Yeah, it was just an investigation. So I never got arrested.
Charged, yeah.
Yeah, I never got arrested or charged. They just kept coming to the house, and I kept saying I lawyered up, and I, talked to my lawyer. And then after that, they ended up raiding my house one day.
The feds?
Mm-hmm.
How long?
Maybe like a month later, they raided the house.
Was you there when they came?
I was in Atlantic City. I was in Atlantic City when they raided my house.
You ain't find out till you got back home?
No, I got the call. Like,
they called you or somebody else called you?
Somebody else called me in the house. Like, yeah, they're raiding the house. Like, so, but there was nothing in the house. So there was
like,
nothing.
What is they raiding for?
Yeah, so they was raiding, trying to find stuff, but there was nothing. Like, I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything.
The feds, the U.S. Marshals, and I'm sorry, not U.S. Marshals, the feds, FBI.
Yeah. I had a safe in the house, which I couldn't even get in the safe. I didn't know what was in it, but they like blew the safe up.
Mhm.
But it was nothing in there, but they like blew the safe up, everything. When I got back home, like it was just all outside of my yard, this and that. They
The safe
kind
is
of
in your yard.
Yeah, they left it in my yard. They blew it up and left it in the yard.
Wow.
There was nothing in it though.
There was
you know?
nothing in it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, but they blew it open. They was want to make sure if it was
Yeah.
something in
So
there.
like I said, there was nothing in the house. There was nothing to kind of trace me back to anything.
No money, no nothing was there. Mm.
Nothing.
So you come back from, you said you was in Atlantic City?
Mm-hmm.
So you come back from Atlantic City. What did you do? What happened after that?
So I meet with my lawyer, and that's when he was like, "Well, clearly they know something, so let's take a meeting."
Mm-hmm.
So we took a meeting with them. At the time, they hit me with a civil case, and they wanted me to do a deposition, but then they end up throwing it out. They threw the civil case out. So we took a meeting. They threw the civil case out, and my lawyer was like, "You're good then. You're good." And then that's when 6 months later, they came knocking at my door.
So this is damn near 2 years later.
Yeah, so we're in 09 now. Yeah. Yep. This is 2009 from 07.
So you thought you was cool
Yeah.
after the
yeah.
like, yeah, all right,
Yeah, my
cool.
lawyer was like, they threw this.
I got away with almost $3 million. I'm good.
Yeah, my lawyer was like, they threw it out, the civil case out, so most likely you're not going to get federal charges. And I was good. And 6 months later, they came back. But they still didn't come back to indict me. They just came back investigating.
Took you down and talked to you again. What was the
Mhm.
question they was asking you?
They were just asking me if I knew certain people that was involved, and I was like, I don't know them. They mostly just asked me that, like if I knew them, and I'm like, no, I don't know them, and I don't know nothing about this. I just kept telling them I didn't know anything. And then, yeah, so that's when
So hold on. They came to, what 6 months later? What did they come? They came to your house again? Or they came to your job? Or was you?
no, they came to my house. I wasn't working.
Okay.
I wasn't.
You still
working.
had that bread.
Yeah, and then I'm running around and taking trips and transporting at this time.
Transporting what?
Drugs, transporting coke, kilos of coke.
How was you doing that? Like, what was like? If
So
you
I
talk
pretty
about
much would rent the cars and then drive up to New York.
how
or
many keys
wherever.
at a time were you transporting?
I think we were getting between 3 to 4.
3 to 4 kilos
2,
at a time.
3, 4, yeah.
Yeah, I was taking it from where? From Philly to New York, or where y'all taking?
No, like New York to Lancaster.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Philly here and there, but
All right. Okay, now did this lead to another charge as well?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're gonna stick to this. Keep on track with
yeah,
that.
it gets crazy. So this is where like I said, my life just started spiraling out of control.
Wow.
So I catch the case and I kind of gave up on life. It was just spiraling. I was spiraling out of control. I would just, like I said, buried myself in unhealthy relationships. Now I'm running around with drugs, transporting drugs and everything.
Mm.
And then that leads to now. Okay, so back forward. So I take the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
My lawyer's like, pretty much they know something, but come to find out they didn't know anything.
Really?
So no, and I told on myself.
How? Explain.
I told on myself because they sat down, they had a conversation with me. My lawyer's like, they know what's going on, this and that. I'm like, they don't know. He's like, they know, so whatever. So I end up telling them what happened. I end up telling them what I did.
So
Wow.
you saying that
Young
statement is
lawyer.
very true when they say, do not say nothing unless you got canceled, because everything that you tell them will be used against you.
Yeah, and then it didn't help. I paid a lawyer. My lawyer charged me $50,000
To telling yourself.
to tell on myself. And his thing was like, now I'm in the system. I don't know. I'm trusting him. And he's like, pretty much they know what's going on. So we're going to take this meeting and boom, I
So
tell
was
on
you
myself.
charged yet, though?
No, at the time I'm not charged. We're taking a meeting. So he's saying that they keep coming, they keep raiding. And he's telling me that they know. But I'm like, now in hindsight, they didn't know. Because once I told them, they was like, oh, we thought that you did X, Y, and Z. We didn't know. They didn't know the play. They didn't know.
Damn. So
Yeah. I was
we're
like,
not condoning breaking law, but if you are breaking law out there,
yeah, don't tell him.
keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, don't tell him yourself.
I mean, keep
Yeah.
your mouth shut.
It was like,
So after that meeting, they like, wow.
yeah.
Now they got information. So now they in the back, slapping fives and everything. No, we got her.
hmm
And how soon after that did they arrest you?
No, they left me out. I was out on pretrial release. So I stayed out. So I guess he was trying to work out a planned deal.
Oh,
I
you
guess that's the way
charged
he
yet,
was
though?
going. So now I'm charged.
Okay.
So then they charged me with conspiracy to commit wire fraud.
Mm.
What
They charged me
you
with
in?
one count in
Philly?
Delaware.
In Delaware, okay.
Delaware. So then they leave me out on pretrial release. So
Okay.
I'm on pretrial release for.
Well, they let you go home.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was out for like over a year on pretrial release. Enough time to catch another case. Yeah.
But you ain't booked for this one yet.
Up.
You just had an open case.
I just had an open case.
Wow.
Yep.
So
I have an open case.
So you're out moving about, and then, like you said, you transporting drugs back and forth. So what happened with that? Let's talk about that.
So at the time,
you wasn't scared transferring them drugs real fast?
I wasn't, because I thought that in my mind, I thought that if as long as you got caught, like I thought you had to get caught. And I'm like, okay, I'm driving up. I'm not touching the drugs. I'm not handling it. I'm in the car with someone else. They're doing a transaction. They're meeting to connect. I'm just in the car.
So I'm cool. You thinking I'm cool?
I'm thinking I'm cool. I'm just driving. I ain't thinking
nothing. But the whole time you ain't cool at all.
No. So the whole time I'm like, first of all, I'm on pretrial release, and I didn't even take that serious. I didn't even understand like what I was up against, what I was facing. I'm like, okay, whatever.
So you out? They still building the case while you out. They still building everything.
And here I didn't realize, because my lawyer's trying to tell me like, okay, it's like done. Like you told them, they know what it is. It's done. Like that's how he's making it seem. Like you just got to go deal with your time once you get sentenced, whatever.
Yeah, that lawyer did be fucked.
He did me so dirty. He did me so dirty, because at the end of the day, my co-defendants went to trial, and we all could have went to trial. So they went to trial, but then they was like, "You got to testify." I was like, "I'm not testifying against them." So I didn't testify. So then I got sentenced.
Well, let's talk about. Let's rewind a little bit. Let's go back to this transport thing. You say you transport 3 to 4 kilos at a time. And how frequent was this?
So like I said, there's still like a drought going on at the time. So we're going to New York, we're going to North Carolina, we're going to Virginia. We're just going anywhere to try to get something. So I was doing this every week, maybe 2-3 times a week.
Dude, yeah?
Yeah.
You running them off.
Yeah, we was on like
3 times a week?
Yeah, we was going.
I thought you were going to say a month.
No.
That's like 32 keys a month.
We was going like every week.
That's 8 a week.
We was going like 2-3 times a week.
Transporting them from wherever
from New York to Lancaster.
Lancaster. Wow.
Yeah, that's how it became federal, because you cross state lines.
So what happened with that? How did y'all get caught up with that? What happened?
Never got caught. No one ever pulled us over. None of that ever happened. Got caught because someone got caught, and then end up incorporating my name. So this girl got caught on another case, and then at the time, someone else got caught, and they mentioned my name. But when a girl got caught, they said to her, they was like, "Hey, you know anybody else that be transporting?" And she gave up my name, and then a couple other people's name.
Why are you on pre-release?
Why I'm on pretrial release.
Wow.
So then when they run my name, they see I'm on pretrial release out in Delaware, and I got a case out there. So then when I'm going to court, they pull me in a room and they say, "Hey, we got word you've been, transporting drugs across state lines. Either you talk or, what I'm saying, you just lose everything over here." And I was like, "Wow, I ain't talking." And so then my lawyer's like, "Oh, so you're just gonna go out in a blaze of glory?" I said, "I guess." And and I was pregnant at the time. I ended up getting pregnant on pretrial release. So now I'm like,
damn,
I know for sure I'm going to jail. I was, stressed out, but my mom, she was a rider, and she was like, whatever you decide, I'm here.
But you never got caught with no drugs in the
Never got caught with no drugs. Never got caught.
You always accusations of somebody.
Accusations, yep. And I didn't know at the time that's all they needed. All they needed was 2 people to be able to say, yes, she transported drugs, and now I'm indicted.
And that's the feds.
That's the feds.
So, wow. Now, was this a whole nother indictment that you were a part of with these with the drugs?
Yeah, that's a whole nother. That ain't added to that case.
So now we're in 2010. We're in 2010. We're in 2010 at the time. I'm pregnant. I'm on pretrial release. I'm getting sentenced. I'm about to get sentenced on a wire fraud.
Wow.
So 2011, I get sentenced to 48 months on a wire fraud. They give me 4 years.
Okay, they gave you 4 years.
They gave me 4 years.
So they take you in.
They said they give me 30 days to turn myself in.
Okay, what jail you had to turn yourself into?
I had to turn myself into Alderson.
Okay.
I was supposed to turn myself into Alderson. And then while out on pretrial release, while out on them 30 days, they come and indict me on a drug charge.
Before you even get a chance to turn
myself in, 2 weeks after I get sentenced for wire fraud,
Fed case.
I get indicted on a drug conspiracy.
So now you in there?
Yeah, I'm in now.
I'm quite sure they ain't give you no
Pregnant.
bail this time around.
No, I had my daughter. I had my daughter in January of 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I got sentenced in February,
Mm.
February 22nd. No, February 7th of 2011. And I was supposed to turn myself in March 7th.
Wow.
And then February 22nd, they picked me up and indict me on a drug charge.
So now you ain't got to turn yourself in because I'm quite sure they ain't give you no bail.
Oh, no. They take me to Allentown. So I'm detained in the Allentown County Jail.
So how many people?
Never was in jail. This is my first time ever.
And then let me ask you this. Did they send you to the jail to do your time or kept you there because you got a new case?
They kept me in Allentown for 2.5 years.
Yeah, because you got
in
a
county
new case.
jail. Yeah.
But that time was, you were serving time though. That time was counting though, wasn't it? That 48 months that you
They
got.
just didn't know who. They didn't know where the time was going at the time.
Okay, but it was still counting. So they figured out where they gonna put it. All
So
right.
I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, I got 48 months on a wire fraud. No cooperation. So they gave me 48 months. And my co-defendants went to court. They went to trial. But I didn't have me to testify, so they had to take other people in their whatever on our case on that they knew flipped. There was only 3 of us on our case. But they ended up getting 8 years. One got 8, I got 4, and then the old head got 8, I got 4, and the other one, they only charged him for the 10, the small. He got like 2 years or so.
Oh, so they caught the old head that was getting the mill with you.
Yeah.
We ran old head ass down. Come on over here and get to
They
this.
went up in that pizza shop.
And then his people flipped. So where the money went for the $2 million went to like an investment type thing. They ended up flipping on him.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's who, and they took the stand, and that way they was able to get him.
Let's talk about this the cocaine indictment. How many codees was on that indictment?
Oh man, so they it was 2, and then they did a superseding, and then they did about 5 more, and then they did a second superseding, and that's when they locked up the females. So, and it was 4 of us. So altogether it was about 11 to 13. Can't remember. It's about 13 of us on there, I think.
Wow.
Conspiracy.
And how many kilos did they charge it with? How much drugs was it that they said it was?
When they do them things, they charge you with like, they
get ridiculous.
Yeah. They do like 50 or more kilos. It's like they charge you with drug conspiracy to commit, and they charge you with distribution. It's like all these different charges they charge you with. Yeah. But it's like, I forget the kilo amount they put on there though. Because it's the same on every one.
It's probably 1,000 grams or more.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they had in my conspiracy.
It's like the basic.
They give you the top joint.
Yeah. It's like the basic. They give you that.
I want to back up a little bit. I want to ask you, was you making some good money for these trips? Was it worth it?
No. It wasn't worth it.
No.
I mean,
3-4
at the time,
kilos a trip?
it felt like it's worth it. It's worth it, but you're not really thinking about it because at the time, I'm not really in it for the money because I had money. So I'm just doing it because that's my friend. Like, oh, that's my best friend.
So you was just doing it because you connected by loyalty.
Yeah. So at the time, the guy that was in the game said it was like my best friend. It was like he always said like, dang, like me and you don't need me for money. Like people that's around me, they need me. So it was like a different type of bond that we supposedly had because it was like, I don't need you for money. You don't need me for money.
But was you
We're
getting anything, or you just wasn't taking nothing?
Oh,
You
no.
just was
I
doing
was
it?
getting money.
Okay,
Yeah.
all
We
right.
was getting like 5 to 1,000 each trip. So we could easily make like 5,000 easy, whatever. So we weren't. So I was like, in my mind, it's 2.5 hour trip. I'm getting $800, whatever. Plus I'm getting mine off the top. So I was different because he was cheap. He wasn't really paying us like we should have. $500 and you carrying back kilos of bricks. He was getting over.
Yeah,
But
like
I was
the
going to get mine. I was still get mine off the top. Soon as that hit, I'm getting mine.
Where was the kilos being stashed? Like, was it like in a like a
the trunk, the engine,
trunk, or did they have
the tires,
a stash spot in the car? How was it been?
No, it wasn't even a stash car. It was just a basic rental. They would just put it maybe underneath where the tires at. It was nothing.
Nothing special about
Nope,
that.
nothing
nothing
special.
complicated about
Nothing
finding
complicated
nothing.
about nothing. It was more or less like you got license, you're in the rental car, you're good. It was never no like scared. Like I don't know. I wasn't ever really scared when I was doing that because I just felt like I'm not in the car by myself. Someone's here, and if something goes down, I'm thinking they'll take the charge. Like, and I didn't know.
Paperwork is right. I got a rental. Rental
Yeah, I got
agreement,
license. Most things you do, we're not
seatbelt
smoking or
on.
nothing. There's nothing really like whatever. I'm just following all the highway safety. So I'm not
Rules.
thinking that I'm going to get caught.
So how long did you sit over in this county jail fighting this case?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. Did you plea out or you went to trial?
Oh, I felt like I was going to trial. I was like, I'm going to trial.
Did you
Why?
go to trial?
No, I did not go to trial.
Okay, you didn't go.
No, the DA brought me in. So I always felt like the DA on my drug case had a personal vendetta against me because he was the same DA whose confidential informant got murdered. So the guy I was with was charged with murder of a confidential informant.
Okay.
And this was the DA's confidential
You
informant.
were telling me about that, yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
I always felt like it was a personal vendetta he had against me.
Okay.
So I was like, this personal. So he was like, at the end of the day, like, she's useless to me. He never wanted to talk to me. And he was like, she's useless to me because everybody on my case already flipped.
Wow. So even the guy the guy you was cool with, he flipped too?
Yeah. Yeah. The head guy. Yeah. He probably won't admit it, but yeah.
How you know? But I'm saying, how you know? But
Black and white. I was going to trial. I got all my paperwork.
and he said your name. Basically told. Is he home now?
He was home. Now he's back in jail.
For the same thing, or something similar?
Same, probably same thing.
So now you transporting these drugs back and forth. Like you said, it was like, no, we can make easily $5,000 a week or so doing.
Yeah, he wasn't really paying us like once.
But
Like
still,
once I got locked up and I was seeing what girls was making, I was like, oh, I wasn't making that type of money transporting. They was making thousands on the key. I'm like, oh wow, I wasn't making that. And so
you get what you negotiate.
yeah.
You gotta negotiate that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you this though. So now, when you get indicted, now that they're keeping you in prison, you never even been to prison before. You never even been like arrested like that in that manner. I mean, in hell. What was going through your mind when that happened?
My daughter was 6 weeks old. So 7 weeks old. And I was just like, that's what was going through my mind. Like my daughter, like, dang, like I got pregnant and then I contemplated having her or not because I already knew I was going to jail. And I was like, she's being brought into this, like, she's being like paying for the consequences of my actions that happened prior to her existence. So it kind of ran through my mind, like, I wanted to be selfish. I didn't want to, have her.
Right.
But, so she was the main focus. She was my main focus. That's what I
don't look
thought
at that
about.
as being selfish either, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You was under duress. You was in jail. Then who wants to have a baby? And you know what I'm saying? All that, like, don't, you know what I mean? I don't think you was being selfish with that. You was thinking outside the box. Why bring something into a whole mess like this?
And that's all I kept thinking about. Like, I just didn't want to have her. I didn't want to put that burden on anyone else. And then when I got the drug conspiracy, I'm like, I'm in deep. Like, I knew the wire fraud, okay, I can do 4 years. But then when they hit me with the drug conspiracy, minimum is 10. There's no way underneath this 10 at all.
Yeah.
Like,
mandatory.
I'm like, it's mandatory 10. And I'm like, so I'm going to get 10 years?
You're sick.
So I'm sick because I didn't see the indictment for the drug conspiracy. I did not see it, And the whole time I'm just riding because the guy I was dealing with who got the murder case, he was like, he's like, play this guy close. So now I'm taking the trips, I'm transporting the drugs just because I'm just trying to play him close to see what's going on here.
Your loyalty.
Yeah. So it was just, it just all backfired on me.
So what, they offered you a deal at the end of the 2.5 years?
They never offered me a deal. The guy, I told you, the DA told me I was useless. There was no deal. There was no nothing. There was no talking to me. No nothing.
They knew everything already.
So so they made you go to trial?
No, it was either, I'm sorry, he did. He offered me a C plea for 15 years.
Okay.
He did.
What's a C plea? For those who don't know.
I don't even know what a C plea is.
A C plea is like you don't got to implicate nobody else. And what you doing, you could just take it for yourself, especially when you got co-defendants.
Okay.
Or I'm just here to talk about my part in it. I don't know. I know they are my co-defendants, but I'm agreeing to, so that's a C plea.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't even know what a C plea was. I just knew, like, if I took my lawyer was just saying he's offering you a C plea for 15. There's no negotiation. You're just going to get 15 years. That's it. That's all.
Wow. So let's rewind a little bit. The 2 years in the county jail, Never been in jail before.
2.5.
For 2.5 years. How was that? I'm just saying, like, that's like the county prison is like, wow. What was going on in the county when you was in there? Was it terrible?
No, I was actually blessed to go to Allentown and not my county jail. I've never been to other county jails, but what I heard that Allentown treats you a little better.
Okay.
So we had flat screen TVs in our room.
Oh,
Our
wow.
food wasn't terrible. You know, the CEOs wasn't mean because they was getting paid well. They was like saying like they was one of the highest paid CEOs in the county jails in the area.
Mhm.
So yeah, it wasn't bad for my first experience. I was like, wow. I was like kind of, you know, to me, I had like empathy because I see it was a lot of dope. You know, I wasn't used to being around like dope users and so heroin users. So they was coming in detoxing and they were
Throwing
just
up
sick,
shit and all
throwing
that,
up.
yeah.
And I was the one to make sure they had stuff, like make sure they had chocolate, make sure they had commissary. I was that one. If someone coming in needed something, got packages. You need to make a phone call. Oh, mom, 3-way. This person needs a call. I was that person in jail. So
Now,
the welcome committee.
You mentioned that at one point you was like spiraling out of control. Does that mean like you was into drug use and things like that? You was like abusing drugs, or what do you mean by that?
Probably just alcohol, just like partying, drinking, gambling, just like, you know, in unhealthy relationships, just spiraling out of that control. Like I couldn't see, I feel like I worked so hard to get where I was, like meaning like going to college and exceeding. And I always say I threw it all away over a click of a button. I threw my whole life away. And I just couldn't see life beyond that point. I just felt like it was over for me. I just threw everything away.
Describe your meaning of an unhealthy relationship. What do you mean by that?
In relationships with people I know that weren't healthy for me, like drug dealers. Yeah. So that was unhealthy relationships. You know, I wasn't in abusive relationships or so, but it was just like being in a relationship with drug dealers and knowing that they're going to go to jail and what that looks like and that lifestyle and just, you know, party, get wasted. You just there's no balance in that lifestyle. You go to sleep whenever, you wake up whenever, you just do whatever. Nobody's working, nobody got no income, and we're all just living.
Groundhog Day, wake up and do it again tomorrow.
Yeah. So that was just the unhealthy relationships because I didn't care. For me, that allowed me to escape my reality. Being in those relationships, being in that fast life, I just was like, I didn't have to think about jail, prison, or whatever I had going on in my life. Because like I said, still nobody knows what's going on. So this secret's still making me sick. Nobody still around me knows what's going on.
Wow.
And I'm just
So
fast life.
basically, at the end of that 2.5 years, they offered you a C plea.
During the 2.5 years, they offered me a C plea, and I said, I'm not taking it. I'm going to trial.
Okay.
So now I'm preparing for trial.
Okay.
So why I'm staying that long is because I'm preparing for trial.
Okay.
So at this time, my co-defendants are trying to get messages to me like, just plea out, take the plea, because they know they're going to have to take the stand.
Exactly.
They don't want to take the stand. But they're going to.
Yeah, they're going. You
They're gonna
goddamn
get
right.
there.
Yeah.
So the DA, he boils me in the office. He tells my lawyer, he's like, you know what, I'm going to take a meeting with her. So he finally takes a meeting with me the week of trial. He sits me down, brings me in, he said, he looks me in the eyes and he tells me, he said, I guarantee you go to trial, your daughter's going to be your age by the time you come home. I was like 30. My daughter's like 1, 2. Like, so I was like 30 something. So basically you're telling me I'm getting 30 years. So, yeah.
You was shook. You was scared.
Yeah.
Confused,
So when he said that, and he was like, they're getting on the stand against you, like all of them, every last one of them, they're getting on the stand. So then that's when I was like,
Wow.
Where the deal at?
huh?
That's when you was like, where that deal at?
Yeah.
And what was the deal they offered you?
They didn't offer me a deal.
Wow.
The C plea was off the table. Only thing they offered me is just go plead guilty and then just pretty much go to
The mercy of the court.
yeah.
And that's what you did?
Yeah.
Hey, you bold, boy.
Yeah.
I would say you got balls if you was a man, but god damn, boy,
I was
you
already
got
in.
balls.
I was already in deep. I felt like that. You know, if they want to give me 15, I already got 4, and I felt like I didn't have anything to lose. So I felt like at the time I thought 15 was life. You give me 15 years, that's life. I might take my gamble. You know, so yeah.
You rolled the dice.
So when you took the deal, what you had to come back for sentencing?
Yep, I had to come back for sentence.
So
I
you
ended up
didn't, did
pleading
the
out.
lawyer tell you like, yo, what you could be facing? He
Yeah.
didn't tell you like, yo, you might get this or might get that.
Yeah, he told me my guideline range.
Right, exactly.
He told me my guideline range. The low end of my guideline was 151 months. So was that
That's damn
12
near 10
years?
years. Yeah,
12 and a half or so years. 151 months was my guidelines. And I forget what was the higher end. I'm not sure, but 151 was the low end.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what'd you end up getting?
I ended up getting 151 months.
Wow.
Ran consecutive
To
to 48
48
months for a total of 199 months.
Wow.
Yeah, 16 years, 9 months. Yeah. So my lawyer was telling me, he was like, people get 4 years for jaywalking, and you got 4 years on $3-point-something million thing, with no cooperation. So they just weren't having it. And you coming over here, you still not cooperating. Yeah, no, you're not. Yeah, you're getting. And then they labeled me as the queen pin of the case. Like, I had the brains, I had the smarts behind it. I went to school, so they took all my degree, my education, and threw it against me.
Wow.
Because they was like, at the end of the day, you had the smarts, you had this, you were the brain around behind this whole corporation.
And I just want you to say this again for the audience that's watching, man. You was a person that went to college, that graduated college, that had an upscale job. Like, no one is exempt from going to prison. As you can see, this is a lady.
Yeah.
We're not talking about a man up here, whereas though it's common for a man to do some dumb shit and take his dumb ass to jail. But we have women also that's in our society that's getting a lot of time. How much time altogether?
16 years, 9 months, so 199 months.
And how much time did you do out of that?
I did 10. So I did 9 years, 10 months.
And that's a long time. That's a long time for anybody, but let alone a woman. And then you got a baby out there at the same time.
And yeah, I got a baby out there. And then, yeah, it was just, like I said, I just feel like in that time in my life, I was just people pleasing. Like, I just really just didn't know how to have a balance, set boundaries. It was all these things I didn't know because I'm just caught up. So at this time, like you said, I'm just caught on loyalty, and I'm locked in now. I'm locked in, and I'm just riding the whole wave out. And like I said, so my co-defendants on the drug conspiracy, I could have flipped first because I was already, they pulled me in, and it's talk now or you're going to get indicted. But in my mind, I'm thinking wow, they're going to ride with me. If something happens,
In your mind.
there's nothing, they don't have anything on me. I never got caught, whatever. I ain't on no wiretaps. I'm out on anything. So what could really happen to me on this drug conspiracy? Not knowing that they would flip on me. I didn't think they would flip. I never seen that coming. I really thought they was going to be the ones hey, I'm going to take a deal, whatever I'm going to do, but let them go. Let the females go. But it didn't happen that way.
So upon you getting sentenced, right? How much longer did you have to stay in that county jail after you received your second sentence?
Okay, so once I got sentenced, they pretty much, it was a wrap.
Speedball.
Yeah, it was a speedball. So while I was in county jail 5 months in, my brother got killed. My brother got murdered.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so I was dealing with that, the death of my brother. And then, so the 2.5 years I sat, and then right after I got sentenced, they moved me a week later.
What jail did you go to?
They moved me to FDC Philly.
That's the first time you down there.
Now I'm hitting, yeah.
You walk under the underground and all that?
Yeah, underground, bring you up, get processed in. I was in Philly for about a couple months.
I was about to say,
2
they ain't
months.
going to leave you there because you got a big sentence.
Yeah.
You could have stayed.
They did ask me if I wanted to stay. They said,
asked
you wanted, they
kept
did,
you?
yep.
They'd have kept you if you,
They
so
said
you
they-
didn't want to stay.
No, I
You
wasn't.
in the city.
No.
You want to walk around.
I was not doing all that time on one pod.
But you'd have had a
unit.
commissary job, a kitchen. You'd have been going all day long.
I couldn't do it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
couldn't
you
do it.
said,
I told
"Get
him
me up
no.
outta here."
I said, get me out of here. No.
Let me ask
All them 007s, DC coming through. That was DC's home jail.
Tell me how the DC women is.
Same way probably the DC men are off the hook.
But they is?
Yes, man. If you came in with 007, the job, they wouldn't even give them jobs. Like if you slid a sheet underneath their say employment, they seen 007, they ripping it up. No, they was loud. They was
obnoxious.
Yes, they was. Give me,
Shout
may
out to
I?
all my DC in the building,
I love
man.
it, but it
you
was
know y'all
like,
run amok in the system. Stop playing around.
May I? Can I? It was needy. It was a lot. Like no.
So how long they had you at FDC Philly for?
I think I did about 2 months.
So they sent you there to designate you.
Yes.
You went there. You got they send your paperwork through Grand Prairie and all that other dumbass shit, the region and all that. What jail did you get designated to?
So I got a heads up that I was designated in Alderson. You know you can't get a heads up.
You even know they ain't allowed to tell
They
you. So
can't
who
give me a
told
heads
you,
up.
the counselor or
Told me,
CO?
the counselor gave me a little heads
She
up.
messing
that
with you. She was thorough
She
with
gave
you.
me a little heads up that I was going to Alderson. So I'm on the phone like.
You better not say nothing about that to nobody
I'm
on the
on
phone. You did. I seen niggas get their whole joint taken
That's
from
what
them.
happened.
'Cause
I'm on the phone like, okay, I'm probably going to leave tomorrow. Like, because they're giving me a heads up. Like,
Yeah, you tip.
the people was giving me a heads up, like, whatever. So I'm on the phone with my mom like, all
You
right,
tipped
I'll
on
talk,
your whole
you know.
situation.
So they packed me out, took me over to get on the plane, set me there for hours, and sent me back.
Yeah.
Twice used to happen to me. So then I realized,
Can't be telling. They
then
know
I realized
you know.
what was going on. So
Mhm.
then the last time I ain't used the phone, I ain't send an email, I ain't do anything. I said, I'm getting out of here. So they did 2 times for me, packed me up, about to take me on a flight, and then sent me back. Right back to the
Where's
unit.
Edison located at?
Alderson,
Alderson,
West
excuse me.
Virginia.
Oh, damn. Or anything down Virginia is a wrong turn.
It is. I agree with you.
Well, I don't know. I know for the men facilities, but the I ain't never even know they had a woman facility. I thought it was only Berlin.
Alderson was nothing. Alderson
Was that a camp or
that's
FCI?
a camp.
Okay.
Alderson's a camp. Alderson is like a whole college campus. They call it Martha Stewart facility.
Was you
'cause
allowed
that's
to
where
work
Martha Stewart-
outside? Like, did you have a job where you could leave?
No.
Or they ain't trust you with that yet?
No,
They said,
no.
No,
When
you
I got
won't
to
leave from it.
Alderson, because of the fact I had so much time, I couldn't do certain things. Like you just can't do certain things because of your time. Because Alderson is for short timers. So first of all,
Yeah.
they told me I wasn't even going to go to camp.
You had 10 years. How the hell
They
you
said
get
I wasn't even
sent
going to
you
go to
at?
camp. My mom always said it was favor. She was
But
like,
it was you. Yeah, but you ain't have a violent
I ain't
history
had no
of
violent
being
history.
That's why they let you slide up.
Yeah. So I went straight to camp. They took me to Oklahoma on a flight, and then we went to Alderson. When I was on the flight, though, the flight was acting up, and we was in the air.
Oh, yeah.
We had
You
to
know
turn
that
around
plane-
and do an emergency landing
Oh
because
yeah,
our
that
plane really was smoking.
always be on.
Do the women dress in that paper suit as well?
No, they don't do that.
Some of them do. I did see like some people come out of
With the blue
DC
suit?
in the paper suit.
Oh, women?
Yeah, women.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they usually put y'all in some tans.
Yeah.
and
I was in
khakis and
tan.
all
I was
that,
in
so-
khakis.
Yeah, man. And
leaving
then the little
out.
bus shoes, a little dumbass shit and all that. Now I gotta ask you this question right before we even go into your stint of doing time in prison. For the women, during your time that you did time in the federal system, was you ever involved in any homosexual acts? I'm just saying, if you might want to leave that out, or we talking about tales from the jails.
No, it's
we
okay.
Up here, or because I'm quite sure women then came at you. You know, you said you was running around bubblicious and all that back in the day. So I'm quite sure this junk was turned up when you walked on the block. Like, did DC in the building like, what's up, Slim?
Yeah. I was like 3.5 years in though.
3 and before you got into a relationship.
Yeah.
Was it a strong relationship? Was it healthy, as we like to say, or was it unhealthy?
Well, I'm a real calm, laid back person, so healthy.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. You ain't had to leave her?
Well,
She wasn't doing the most. Like, hold up, man.
no, because
Y'all was sneaking. Y'all was in there sneaking and creeping.
no. Okay, so listen.
Yeah.
There's another prison I went to called Hazelton. They call
That's
it
in Virginia too.
Gazelton.
Gazelton, yeah.
They call it for the
Gazelton,
female. They call it Gazelton.
Yeah.
When you hit that compound, that's when everything changed for me because I swear, like, I don't think one person walked that compound that wasn't involved in a
Relationship.
So you saying you willing to bet that?
I'm willing to bet
So
that.
Hazelton, that's another camp for women.
No, that's not a camp.
That was
That's
FCI?
that's
Or Love?
behind it. That was just a female. They call it secure female facility.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't even know if y'all have penitentiaries and FCIs and lows
no.
like how the men.
No,
do.
but the Hazelton was mostly men though, because it was a men pen,
And then,
middle, and a camp. So we was just like
'Cause that's a
splat in the
complex,
middle.
yeah.
Yeah, we was in the middle. Like you couldn't even see cars, highway, nothing. You're like in the middle of a dark place. That's a dark place. That was a dark place. That was hard times.
So did you like Hazelton better than you liked the Edison? Is that the correct thing I'm saying? Alderson.
Yeah, I would. Like Alderson was more out, you're free, but it was like it was more open living.
Okay.
Like so you're living like quarters, like so
Dorms and stuff like that.
Open. Yes, open cubicles.
Let me ask you a question. That's gonna rewind a little bit. How did that relationship start? That because you said you was it's your first time ever being in that type of relationship. How did that start? What happened?
So
We gotta ask. They want to know.
do I go there?
I mean, it's up to you. You can leave out what you want to leave out and say what you want to say.
Yeah, no. I was in I got kicked out of Alderson,
Mm-hmm.
and I got sent to Hazleton, and I was in a shoe. Yep, that's what happened. I was in a shoe, waiting to get designated. So there's no shoe in Alderson.
Okay.
There's no camp. So if you get in trouble, you got to go to the county.
Okay, or you go to the county jail for they hold.
Mm-hmm.
And you sat there and got designated to Hazleton.
No, then from the county hold, they took me to Hazleton to wait to get designated.
Oh,
so I was in their shoe. They drove me to Hazleton in the shoe.
So would they committed you to that compound then?
Mm-hmm. Well, at first they weren't. They said they weren't going to send me. They was trying to get me. I thought I was going back to Alderson.
Right.
They kept saying we're going to try to bring you back to camp. So I was hopeful that I'm going back to camp.
So did you do something to get in trouble?
Yeah,
What
I
did
got
you
into
do?
a fight.
A fight?
Yeah.
You?
I did.
Well, how
Wow,
was you?
wow.
What happened?
So once again, I was minding my business, doing my time. And some girl called me outside, and here it was like I was caught up in something that had nothing to do with nothing. Mind you, I was quiet, like no one even really knew I was there. So the girl went up, she started talking stuff like, "That's why you got all that time." And then when she said that, I just ran up in the unit and lost it.
Yeah.
And then so then I went back to my unit and I packed up because I knew I was leaving. I just started packing up, like saying my goodbyes because I knew it was time for me to go.
They was gonna come get you. They came and got you, didn't they?
They came and got me, and I said my goodbyes, and I knew I was coming back. I kind of hurt me because my bunkie was blind, so she would always like have me like read the Bible to her and talk to her. Like I had a cool bunkie, but she was blind, but she knew that whole style like cubicle out the back of her hand, and I was so
She
amazed.
had a lot of time.
Yeah, and I was so amazed, and she lost her eyesight while she was doing time.
Mm.
And I would just watch her every morning, watch her get up, get dressed. She didn't complain. She just would get dressed. She gave me so much hope. But going to Alderson helped me because I met a lot of people who had time, and they would just gave me hope. Like one lady was telling me, like, don't ever stop giving up hope. Like you keep fighting, putting in paperwork. She said, don't give up. She said, I gave up, but don't you give up. You know. And then another lady, she had like 30 years in, and she was like, I was watching her at visitation, interacting with her kids and talking and laughing. I'm like, dang, how do you still have a relationship with your kids? And she was like, as long as you don't detach yourself from them, they'll never detach yourself from you. Just constantly send them stuff, write cards, give them send them mail, just stay involved. So I got some valuable lessons though in Alderson, like from some old timers, and they kind of prepared me for what my time was going to look like.
How much time you did at Alderson?
Alderson, I did made it like a year. Probably I did a year about in Alderson.
So you did the
Probably made
rest
a
of
year.
it at Hazleton?
Hazleton, I did in Hazleton I did about 18 months, and then I worked myself back down to camp. Hazleton kicked me out.
And put you back to a camp. Get
Yeah,
outta
because
here.
they was like, yeah, you don't belong here. Because in Hazleton, you didn't have to work. You ain't have to do nothing. Like you literally never. What federal prison? You ain't got to work. Most of you have to work.
You
You didn't have to work. You didn't have to go to school. You didn't have to do anything there.
Just sit around all day.
Just sit around all day.
And that's a
And
bad
then
way
they
to do
put
time.
you in a relation. They put you in the cell with your girlfriend because they said that eliminated
Conflict.
dramas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if
So
they
I
knew
didn't
you
see-
was dating her, yeah, y'all going in the cell together.
Yeah. If they wanted.
So they was allowing
yeah.
the
That's why I said I never seen nothing like it when I
that's
hit.
crazy.
It was just like when I hit the compound, I was like, oh my God. So I called my mom like, there's all these women in here that look like men. Like I was really I was like, where am I? Like
Yeah,
I
muscles
never
and
seen
everything.
muscles.
Was they cracking on you all the time, sending you letters and stuff?
No,
Well, hey, how you doing today?
No.
You all right?
no, that don't happen. No,
That don't happen?
No.
So how do they approach
It
you?
don't really like it got to be like a willing. You be test
Exactly.
like they
Mhm.
kind of
That's
test
the
you
same
out to
thing I
see.
said. That's the same
They
thing I
just
said.
test
yeah.
you out. Like nobody really like is aggressive.
That's
Like
how,
you're going
that's
to
how
be.
the men do like they do you when you was in there.
No, they ain't never did me like that. I ain't on ass or nothing like that. Never been attracted to no boy, but and I don't knock who do it. I'm not sitting up here like we're gay bashing or none of that. No, I'm just a heterosexual man. I ain't never had to go through that.
Okay.
I had two bad bitches that stayed with me my whole entire stay.
Okay.
And that's Hannah and Pamelina. They ain't got no STDs. They fight for me. They cook for me. They do everything I need them to do. They wash me up. They obedient. So I ain't have no problem with going to the other sex. I
Okay.
had
All
two
right. Just
that
to make
was
sure.
with me.
I think
Yeah.
something you threw that before. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
Let's get back to the lovely, Mrs. Lovely.
All right. So now you said you get to this jail. It is women that look like men. They got muscles.
Yeah, they're just like the gold teeth, the little cut. There was like no indication that they was a female. So I was just like, mind you, I never experienced this. All of a sudden, you didn't see stuff like that. So when you get there, I'm like, whoa, like it was just, yeah, you was exposed to more people from all over now. Now you got people from Florida, you got people from everywhere, you know, Detroit, Texas, like everywhere in Alderson, because Hazleton was like, not saying a reject, but if you got kicked out some other prison, you go to Hazleton. So that was like a place where people went that got kicked out of other facilities, I would say. It was just a dark place. Like you couldn't see no highway, you couldn't see nothing. We had like 5-minute inbound moves, 5-minute outbound moves. We didn't have 10-minute moves. We had 5-minute moves.
They started doing that. They started implementing a lot of 5-minute up, 5-minute back.
Yeah, yeah. So it was just bad, and it was just kind of hard because if you missed that, I would be so mad. Like
for a whole hour, you hit somewhere, and then
don't let something happen.
I was about to get to that. So you 2-3 hours there. They talking about they taking somebody to the shield.
Gosh, then you get stuck in commissary on the move.
Oh yeah, that's another bad Jones, super bad.
It was just bad coming from a camp and then coming back be confined. It was hard.
He always speaks about another thing, like you went in. Your daughter was what 7 weeks. I'm sorry, 7 weeks.
7 weeks old.
And were you still involved with your kids, your daughter's father at the time?
Yes. Like he was active. He was there.
How long before he left you when you got sentenced?
Probably not long after. He probably had 2 girls pregnant, probably like 6 months in my bed.
Did he ever come see you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he was coming.
No, he came to see me, make sure I had money, pictures. Like if I would have looked at it from that perspective, it would have been great. But I was looking at it from like an emotional perspective for as far as my daughter.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then later on, I was able to kind of apologize and look at that as like time went on, because I seen women who didn't even have husbands active. Like they're sending divorce papers as soon as they got sentenced. And then this, and he still popped up even like 8 years in my bed. He'd just pop up, out of nowhere.
But that's how
and come
it be
see
with
me.
the baby moms or baby dads. That really don't go. But I'm glad you said, because I want to ask you something right for the audience. Because I always want to know from a female convict standpoint. Because when we in there, my little females that I was dealing with when I was locked up, if I tell them to send me some pictures or something like that, I'm getting pictures of them on outings, probably at whatever trips they got, all their girlfriends. I want my panty shots for my little sex. Do men send like Speedo shots and shit like that?
Why you want that?
No, because I'm saying, like, if you in the cell and you like, because if I'm riding for my girl home, me and you dating, or you my wife, I'm gonna send you some Speedo shots.
I never seen a Speedo shot.
And I'm putting them drones on. I'm showing you the back cakes all nice and all that. You gonna be in the cell like at night, like ooh, because that's how I be. I be happy.
I never seen those
I
Speedo
see a thumb shot. She all busting it open for me. You in the cell? Like,
you wear a thumb?
No, I don't wear a thumb, but I will put a Speedo on. Yes, for my woman.
A thumb?
Yes, and she be like, babe, I need some. Because how we say, like, I want some panty shots, babe. That's how we say. So I don't know how a female would say, like,
I want some panty shots.
No,
right?
no, she ain't gonna say that. I want some Speedo shots. I got you. I'm sending her joints in different colors, leopard.
No,
black,
they might send. They might send like maybe like a white beater shot, maybe flexing or something.
Oh no, that's PG-13.
I don't know. I never get that.
I got the Speedo joint. I know how to take the pictures and everything. A ball hanging out of just joint.
9 times out of 10, by this time the female flipped. Yeah. So they ain't even worried about that. They done flipped by this time.
He said a ball hanging out.
Yeah, no. At this time they flipped. They gave for the stay at this time.
This man right here is crazy.
They gave for the stay. No, they ain't worried about none of that. Nope. They gave for the stay.
What is that, a date?
Ain't nobody doing none of that. No, I didn't see it. A lot of females was on like sites, like with men. Like men really was infatuated with women incarcerated. So a lot of females I met were on sites, sending pictures, dating sites, and they were sending in money.
You can do that in jail?
Yeah.
Well, the men
paper dolls and stuff like that. They would send money in.
Oh, see, the men can't do that. We got to get to a device to really upload ourselves on it. Like when I got the Fort Dix, that's when the phones was plentiful. Dudes would be created with POF, Plenty of Fish, and
all they was on those. Yeah,
dudes was getting girls all the time. It was nothing to identify a woman that probably had low self-esteem. Because any woman that meet a nigga in jail and be head over heels sending their money, I think that's a red flag. Would you agree with me? Right now, if you left out of here today after we was done and your folks told you, like, listen, man, I got folks that's locked up, but he got a friend. I want to go up there and see him, but can you go with me while I see him? But his friend want to see you too. You go?
I did that before.
You did that before?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it? Was it a good experience? Was it someone that you was cool with, that you could see yourself being with if he came home?
Yeah, I remember one time I told you, one time I went to go visit my cousin in Greaterford, and it was a guy in there, and he was cute, and I was like, dang, cuz he cute. And my cousin like, Carin, really? Like, he's locked up. Why you, or whatever? And I was like, and then I started writing him, going to go see him.
For real?
Yeah.
See, but
How much time he had?
He had like 15 to life or something like that.
He came home?
He did come home. He came home when I got locked up.
Wow. So she never met him?
I never met him like out on the street.
Wow.
Nope. We was like in contact, and I would go visit and stuff a couple times.
See, but you seen him. I give you a little grace. You up there on the dance floor and looking around. Oh, who that? Oh, I get that, but like you just sitting at the crib and the motherfucker just, yo, yeah, I mean, I'm the boy black from Philly and this and that and this and that. I think I'm not saying it's wrong, but in my mind, who the hell does that?
People do it, but I wouldn't do it. I
do
definitely wouldn't send no money to anyone
I know a lot of females
that I didn't know and send money in prison.
Money.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Breaking they back. I'm talking about rent due $840 on the rent. She got $910. She done sent $200. You done dug up the rent money to send to this nigga that you never met on the street.
Yeah, no. I never.
And
I don't know nobody like that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't know nobody like that.
We asked you this. Did you cry when you got sentenced? Did you cry?
I did not. And that's what they were so so the agent was like, did you know you was getting this time? I'm like, no, I didn't know. I didn't cry. You know, she was in the audience. I didn't cry. I look back.
Is your daughter right here?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that's my best friend from college.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my college roommate, my best friend.
Okay.
But no, I didn't cry. That hurt me too, having a courtroom full of people.
Mhm.
The DA used that against me. He's like, never in my years did I ever see a courtroom filled this much, so much support and stuff. But I didn't cry. I was praying for peace. Like, my faith got so strong, and I just was praying for peace.
Mhm.
And I had so much peace. And so when I got sentenced, I just looked back at my mom like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? And she's like, we going to do this time. We're going to do it together, one day at a time.
Wow.
She's like, don't think about tomorrow, don't think whatever. She's like, we're going to do this time one day at a time.
Did your daughter go with your mom or her dad?
Both. She was
Okay.
then she was my uncle. Then she was with her dad's grandmom at the end. I'm sorry, her dad's mom
Mm-hmm.
at the end of my sentence.
How old is she now?
He's 15.
Wow.
Mhm.
So you're home now. You So how did you do 9 out of the 17?
So I ended up getting 2-point reduction. They ended up changing the drug laws.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the 2-point reduction that took my 12 and a half, my 12.9 down to 10.
Mhm.
My sentence down to 10. And then I got compassion release. So my mom got diagnosed with cancer,
Mm-hmm.
and I was able to file paperwork and get compassion release.
And for you, Jordo, there's always being extra geeking and being extra on point that you see where the 5 years went. Absolutely. That's my law library clerk.
Oh, where the 5 years
He's talking
go?
about where if I hold up something ain't racking right, what the hell
Yeah.
that
Who
she
said that?
had?
Who said that?
Yeah.
Jordo. Just shout out Baltimore, stand up.
Yeah. So I end up my out date was like 2023 or something like that.
Mhm.
So, and then my good time, you got to take in good time. Feds, they give you what, like, was it 45 days a year or something like that?
You get 45 now.
Yeah,
now
so I
just went
had
up.
so I had good time, and then I was supposed to go to RDAP. So I was in my 10 year. I was supposed to go to RDAP. RDAP would have gave me a year off my sentence and plus 6, but probably a year halfway house. But what happened was I never made it to RDAP because COVID hit. So COVID
They
hit.
shut that right there.
Yes, they shut it down. The CARES Act came into place, and the CARES Act allows you to change the rules for compassion release. Nobody was really getting compassion release. People would file it and it was getting denied. So they changed it where you can go to the warden of the prison, file for compassion release, and if he don't respond to you within 30 days, you was able to go back to court. Just automatically go to court and file. And that's what happened. The warden didn't respond back to me. I had all my paperwork saying when I sent to him, he didn't respond. I sent it to court. The judge looked at it. He allowed the DA to respond. the DA respond. I said, oh man, I ain't going. That's probably when I cried. When he respond, almost 10 years later, still digging my back in, saying how I'm not a good mother. I don't need to be home. And he just was like going off on me.
Wow.
And my friend, Free, Angela, she was locked up with me. So she had a 30-year sentence. She had like 13 years in. And she was like filing paperwork for people to get out. And she would always be like, I can file other people to get out, but I can't get myself out.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave her my paperwork and I was like, sis, I need you to help me. And then she read over and did it. And she came back to me. She's like, we need to get a lawyer. Like, this is too much. I was like, nah, I need you to file my paperwork. And she filed it. I read it. I was like, I'm going home. And sure enough, I got released. They granted my release. And I didn't see it coming. I was like, they just called me down to the office, like, call your mom. Like, you got to be off this compound in 7 hours by 7 o'clock.
Are you serious? How you feeling? So would they woke you
and
up?
And COVID, so everybody's in quarantine. COVID's starting to hit the
jail. That's when
I'm in Kentucky at this time now.
Oh, you down there with Ashland, Kentucky?
Yeah, I'm in Lexington, Kentucky.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
all
so
right.
after I left Hazleton, I got transferred to Kentucky in the camp, satellite camp. That was sweet.
Yeah, I heard that.
That was sweet.
Everybody in the world trying to get down there.
Oh man, that was sweet. They shut it down, they said, but that was sweet. They should have shut that down.
So how that morning go for you that you woke up and then they called you to the office? Like, what you was on your regular schedule, like going to whatever your job detail was? Or what was your job detail in the jail? Because you got to have a job.
Yes. So at that time when I went to camp, my job, when I was in Hazleton, I was doing like I was doing electric. I was doing electric. So learning about how to wire stuff and all that. Then when I went to Lexington, I worked in the warehouse.
Okay.
So
that's a great job.
Great job.
Great
Forklift,
job.
getting all the stuff off the trucks.
You making more money by bringing some shit out than you is what they paying you.
That was a great job. Yeah. So I'm working outside now.
And they don't get them jobs to everybody.
Man, nope. I was the token.
They don't do that.
So you know, Lexington was like a lot of like white people and stuff like that, but they was like, you're different. So I was like the token black person.
Yeah, like we're gonna give you a try.
Yeah. So I was out there in the warehouse. So we're interacting, like, you know, we said with the truckers and uploading the commissary. We're doing all the food orders for take inside the men's facility, all the commissary that's going into the men's facility. So we're kind of loading and train up for the officer to take into the men's facility. So I did that. And then I also worked in, I always had good jobs there. And then I worked in like the game room. So the game room was people would come and check out games and flat irons and all that stuff. And I worked that. And that was good because you had a TV, you had a remote in the little door, you stayed
in your own little space.
Yeah. So yeah, I had good jobs. Lexington did me well. So I woke up that day. I was pretty much we was on lockdown because of COVID, and I was going to go use the phone, call my mom.
You had no clue that this was right.
I had no idea. But it's so crazy because like just the power of words. Because my mom did tell me that the probation officer came to the house to look at the house, and she was asking him like, "What's going on?" And he was like, "Well, there's no guarantees. It's just protocol. The judge just wants us to come out and look. So if something does happen, we're gonna make sure she has a place to go to." And so then my bunkie, she was like, "We need to claim a date." And so it's Christmas, around Christmas time. So we was like, we can't say December, 24th because of Christmas and all that. So we said December 23rd. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be home December 23rd. I go in and go tell my counselor, case manager, I was like, I'm going home December 23rd. And I just kept saying that to him. And I was like, I'm going home December 23rd.
Wow.
And I got home December 23rd.
So you gotta give me that day though, what you was doing that day.
Oh yeah, that day. So I just got up. I went to use the phone. And I'm just like BSing around, like there's really doing nothing because we're on lockdown. So we're all got to stay in our rooms. Am I really doing that? Nothing. I'm listening to the radio. I think I was listening to Steve Harvey. I was doing some reading, some writing, just chilling. And then next thing you know, the secretary called my name and she's like, "You know your mom's number?" And I thought something happened to my mom. So I was like, "Oh man!" Like I was like, "Yeah, I know my mom's number." And she called me in. So mind you, it was about 11 o'clock when she called me in the morning. So it was early. So I didn't really do much that morning because like I said, we was on lockdown. We couldn't work. We couldn't leave outside of our rooms. So I just pretty much went in there and she was like, "Call your mom." And she was like, gave me the paper and was like, "You're going home." I said, "Stop playing." She said, "What I be playing? Like, you're going home. I got to get you out of here by 7 o'clock.
Wow.
And I called my mom.
7 o'clock and it's 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. I got rid of everything. I ain't want nothing. I grabbed some pictures, some paperwork, some legal mail, put that in the bag,
So
and
what
I
you
was
do
ready
when
to
you
go.
came back out her office? Who you ran to and told first?
My case manager. I ran to him, and of course he knew.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I
you
went
know
to
he
him, and he was like, he looked at me, and he was like,
Besides any police, which
Oh,
one
okay.
of your comrades you like?
"Oh,
yo,
I ran upstairs to the girl who helped me with the paperwork, my sis, free. I
told
went
him-
upstairs. She was on quarantine. I ran upstairs in the back steps and let them know I was going home because mostly everybody was in quarantine.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah.
Giving up, my motherfucker start asking right away. Yo, what's up with them sneaks you bought last week? What about that commissary you
No,
got
I
in
gave
there?
everything to like the young girl I was dealing with. I gave everything to her. I
Oh,
was
so
like,
you ain't tell her split it up and give it up?
no, whatever she did, she did. I just left everything to her.
Okay.
And then I
You just took pictures home with you and paperwork.
yeah, pictures, paperwork, and that's it. And I flew out of there. It didn't hit me. It didn't hit me though. Like I got in the cab, drove to the hotel because my sister ended up getting me a flight and get me a hotel. Like, because they put me on a train. She's like, nah, I'm flying you home. So she put me in a hotel. The man drove me down to like another part of Kentucky. I forget what it was. Not Lexington, another part. And she had me up in like the Marriott and stuff like that. Nice room, robe. I was chilling. Like,
How was that for you though? Like, being incarcerated, never in your life, and now after all these years, you out here at a hotel, like waiting to get back to the crib. Like, was it still anxiousness? Like, I can't wait till this plane come.
no, I couldn't. Well, yeah, I couldn't sleep. I went to Walmart though before that and got a phone. And then I start calling. Like, finally, after I calm myself down, I start texting people like, I'm home. And they're like, what? Mind you, I'm texting like 2, 3 in the morning. So they're waking up like, who is this? Stop playing on my phone. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm home. And they're like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, I can still see the glow from that day.
Yeah, man, it was just crazy. I just couldn't sleep. I took a bath. I was like, I didn't take a bath in forever, so I wanted to take a bath. I took a bath in the hotel, and I just laid there. I just couldn't sleep. I was just up. I went to the airport so early, and I thought I was gonna be nervous flying, but it was like natural. I don't know. It just was natural. Probably because I was at a camp.
Yeah.
And I was kind of already out and I
Moving
wasn't
around.
confined and I was moving around. And I think that's what, allowed me to just kind of adapt back into society.
Mhm.
But yeah, you would have never known that I was coming from prison
Yeah.
when I hit the airport. I didn't look like what I went through.
What's the first thing you did when you got like back to where you was from?
Well, I got to the airport.
Because you know you
Baltimore.
got to go see the PO 72 hours.
I did not.
Hold up.
Because it was
hold
COVID.
up.
So I had a quarantine.
Oh yeah, everything different.
Everything
Yeah.
different.
Oh, you
I had to do 21
so tell me how that
days.
go, because I don't know how that went.
Oh, okay. So because I was coming home during quarantine,
Hold
I had
on, let me stop you because I'm gonna give you what you're supposed to do. When you first come home, within 72 hours of your release, you got to be at the PO building, right?
Yes.
So now, how do they do it now? I just wanted to put that out there where everybody know. Now it's a whole different set of rules with the quarantine.
Yes.
Now, how did that go? upon
So they
release?
give you 2 weeks. They give you 21
2
days of
weeks?
quarantine. Yeah. So I didn't
Before
have
you
to.
got to go see any. But what about call?
No, I didn't have to do anything. I just got out and I got out. That's it. And they said I had 21 days to report to the probation officer to her.
Damn.
And I drove to Reading to see her. Then after that, that's the first and last time I ever drove to her. She came to see me after that.
Okay.
She always came to see me because we don't have any like federal actual probation in Lancaster.
Right.
So they drive, like they're mobile.
Okay.
They're based out of Reading. So then she would always pull up on me at work, wherever I was at. She pulled up on me and check in on me and then go from there.
What was your daughter's reaction to seeing you?
Yeah, it was opposite. Like I thought she was gonna be so happy, but she had so much anger.
Wow.
It was a hard transition with my daughter.
Wow. So how is that now? Is it still?
Oh no, it's wonderful because I didn't give up. I just kept like coming, showing up for her, going to counseling with her,
Mhm.
just being there, being present, and we got through it.
Yeah.
But it
So
was
was
hard.
so her first initial reaction towards you wasn't pleasant.
No, and I was so shocked because by this time we had video visits, so I'm doing video visits with her all the time. Like weekly, I'm doing video visits with her.
Mhm.
We're writing, she's coming to see me. And never once did she ever show me any indication that she was angry with me.
Wow.
So I was so shocked when that happened. I was so caught off guard.
through therapy, what did you figure out was her issue that she had with you? What was the issue that was determined?
Just stuff that people put in her head. And she just was like, "You should have snitched." I was like, "What?" She's like, "You should have snitched."
Mm.
And I was like, "Wow."
They don't know no better.
Yeah. Because that's what she was told, like, your mom didn't snitch, so that's why she's away from you. So all she was saying to me, like, you should have snitched.
Wow, did she ever tell you who told her that? Who mentioned those things to her?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you feel about that? People who was telling her that.
Oh, I don't hold no anger, animosity. I just feel like, people showed up for me when I was in my absence,
Mm-hmm.
and they did, the best that they could in that time. And I didn't take it personal. And I didn't hold any anger or resentment towards anyone, honestly, because I was in the situation, and I put myself in that situation, and I was just grateful that, people stepped up and took her in.
Yeah.
It might not have been the best situation, and we had to work through that, but overall, she was taken care of.
That's the most important part. So, now that you're home and you have your daughter back, well, you're back in your daughter's life, and you have your family members around you. Do you see yourself going back to jail?
No, nope. I don't even associate with anyone that's still like in a life and stuff like that. Most people were working 9 to 5. Nobody want to go back.
Yeah.
Most people was just like,
You still got your few.
Yeah, you still got your few, but
they don't want to go back either, but they want to cut a corner. Don't nobody want to go back to jail.
Yeah.
I'll be the first one to tell you, but you still have motherfuckers that'll cut that corner.
It's in you. Do you think it ever go away? It don't ever go away. It's in.
Boy, it'd be perks everywhere.
Yeah, it's naturally in us. I think like that fast money, fast life is definitely in you, especially when your back's against the wall and hard times.
And I think it mellows when you get older. It ain't even about the fast money. It's just about being in position, for me anyway. And then you don't want to wait to get in position. So again, it revolves back to fast money.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be patient. You got to keep going at what you're going at that's getting you with the little fews and twos or whatever.
Yeah.
And keep on driving consistency. Consistency builds the whole goddamn plate.
Yeah.
But
and then me, I don't naturally feel like I was like I don't feel as though like I'm criminal minded. Like I committed an act, but I'm not like criminal minded.
I know exactly
like
what you're
I'm
saying.
not going to mastermind a whole orchestrate a whole type of But I can I might have a little input, do something like that because I overanalyze. So I'm sometimes too smart when it comes to something, a paperwork or this like that. To this day, I'm really resourceful. So people contact me all the time for something. Or if I know something, like, so see, the test to see if I know this or willing to do this or that. So people tried me. They definitely tried me when I came home, but I had to stand my ground, because of some of the fact that people felt as though you're loyal and you're this, so they can do this to you because you're not going to tell, you're not going to do this. And I'm like, it's different. I'm not.
How long have you been home now?
I've been home 5 years.
5 years? That's what you found good employment again upon coming home?
Yes. So almost 5 years. 2020.
She had that college degree.
25.
Yeah, that college degree.
And then also she didn't catch another case when she came home, so that they can't really probably.
No, they can't.
Yeah, I just got off of paper December.
Oh, this December.
Past December.
Yeah, but they still probably.
So I did my whole 5 years because I didn't get off early. But
can you ever work in the bank again?
I don't know. They never said I couldn't, but I wouldn't want to. But they never said I couldn't.
Tempted to get that itch again?
No.
You start seeing them joints sitting out there for 2 years and get like, that $2 million still over there.
Nope, I would not. I had to change my terminology. There's certain words I can't use no more.
Oh,
and, when I ask someone, can I put something, can you cash this for me? You can put this thing. I can't say wire or nothing like that. Because people might think I'm trying to do funny stuff with their account and stuff. So some people are cautious, but at the end of the day, people still trust me because, I still do like different thing on the side, and people still trust me because they know like I'm a trustworthy person. Like I'm not going to take nobody's information, no this and that. I don't do none of that stuff. I ain't that type of that's petty crime. So I don't steal people's identity and stuff like that. Like that's petty time.
But it's crazy. I was gonna say that. You see how like you wired over $3 million or over $3 million, and you got 4 years for that. But you transported these kilos and got 12 years.
That's what I never understood about the system. That was always my argument.
Yeah, make nowhere near that.
Hold. Fuck transporting the kilos. She's assumed to be transporting kilos because
Yeah.
you didn't never actually find me.
Never.
She could have transported a squirrel, 7 grams. That's what a squirrel is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And got 12 years for that.
Off of 2 people saying that she did it.
That's
Oh,
it.
that's it. No, they never called me nothing. When they played back the wiretaps, when I looked at my Discovery, I was nowhere in there. The only way I was in the Discovery is when they asked the girl like if she knew anybody else was transporting. She gave my name, and from then on, everybody else they interviewed after that, they
Says
brought
your
my
name.
name up.
Wow.
How was she involved? Someone please tell me how she involved. He was like, the DA said, I could not figure you out. I had everybody on the case figured out, but when it came to you, I could not figure out how you were involved in this case.
Mm.
And then he said, oh, somebody said it. You just wanted to be street. That's what he said to me.
Wow.
I was like, what? Like, I grew up around this. I just got out, you know? But yeah, it was crazy. But that's it. And I always said that. Like 40, I did that. I did that. Willingly, knowingly, sent the money, wire fraud all day. I did that time. I did that crime. 4 years. But this drug conspiracy, nah, I didn't see that coming. 12 years, I didn't see that. I did not see that.
Let me ask you a question. Did your personal life, like your dating life, was it affected by your prison stint?
My what life?
Your personal life, your dating life, your being able to trust another male or being in a relationship, was it actually affected by your prison time?
Probably because I came home and got with a woman.
That's how I go, man. Shit. That's how I go sometimes, man. Tales from the jails. We up out here. That's how I go, man. Listen,
That says
man.
it all.
What Rocky say, we look and we don't judge.
But
Man, I know
no,
how
like
it
I
go.
tried. Like when I came home, I was open to dating and this and that. And I was like, oh my God, after all these years, this is what is out here? No. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I gotta agree.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I
It was
got to agree.
bad. It's
I'm gonna go
bad.
ahead and walk that road with you.
Oh, it's bad.
I ain't
Yeah.
mad at you.
Yeah.
Is you currently dealing with a female?
Yeah.
Oh shit, it got super bad. Then.
Yeah, it
we
got
just slid
bad.
down a razor blade into an alcohol
Yeah,
river,
it's
y'all.
bad. I'm almost
There's no hope for
almost 5
humanity.
years in. Almost 5 years
Well,
in.
shit,
in this
round of applause to
relationship.
that. Great relationships, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I get it, man.
So we about to
Ain't
listen.
been easy.
We about to get to these phone lines. They're gonna have a lot of questions for you, man.
Yeah, they're gonna call in. They're gonna call in. They're gonna call in.
316-4492. That's 215-316-4492. Hopefully we paid the bill.
We bring y'all these experiences from women and men from all walks of life. Like again, I like to go ahead and to the beginning of this interview with this lovely lady of ours up here today. The woman has a degree. The woman has a work history. No one is exempt from going to jail. Don't think because you just working and you good and you ain't never been in trouble in your life that you can't go to jail tomorrow. Please don't think that. Please don't think that. These people will lock you the fuck up.
Tell us from the jail. So we speaking with first caller. Are you checking? Okay. Well, the phone lines is open, man. 215-316-4492. That's 215-316-4492. Y'all can call in and ask questions, man. So, and just being home and having a second opportunity, what does that mean to you?
Oh man, that means everything to me. So, like he stated, I never seen me going to prison ever in my life. I never seen that. I thought I had my life mapped out for me. So everything that I was and I continue to still be. So I'm all about giving to the youth, have a nonprofit and honor my brother. And I work, with the youth as a program manager. So I just continue to give back to the youth and just never want, my story to be defined by my prison sentence because I'm more than that.
Let's take this call. Tell us from the jail. So we speaking with.
No boy.
What's going on? Who talking with?
This Sheen.
What's up, Sheen?
What's going on? It's Sheen. Johnstown.
Hey, what's up, bro? What's going on, man? Oh, what's going on, man?
Hey, listen, I want to ask her.
Walaikum assalam.
I want to ask her a question, man.
Yes.
Did she get turned out in jail? Or you came home and that's for the trip?
No, it was there. It was definitely in prison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you will never mess with a man again?
They trying, boy. They trying. They coming out. They coming out.
Well, you know what? My partner always say
Would you
that if
ever,
they,
I mean,
my
you can't
partner
blame the men
says,
for everything, though.
yeah, my partner always tells everybody like if things don't work out with us, that she's gonna probably go back to a man. Yeah.
Your
I
partner
believe
tells that. Okay, she says
Yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah,
But what about you though? He's asking you.
yeah. If things didn't work out with who I'm with, yeah, I probably would because it's yeah. It's not that I don't like men. I don't hate men or nothing like that. I'm attracted to whoever I'm attracted
Exactly.
to, and that and it's just happened to be her.
Ah,
All right, man.
all right.
Appreciate you. Any more questions?
Dark skin beauty told some you ain't got no chance, bro. Dark skin beauty, man. Stop cutting up in the chat, man.
That's my
Calm
guy.
down. What's up, dark skin
my
beauty?
guy,
Shout out to dark skin beauty.
Yeah, man. So but like just coming home and after doing time, it's a lot of adjustments. What was the biggest adjustment for you just getting out?
For me, like I said, it wasn't like financial, it wasn't stability, this and that. Mine was my biggest adjustment would have to be more mental. Just kind of getting to know my family members for who they are today. Because when I left, my sister was my little sister, and this one was my little cousin. And it's like now they're like, I'm a grown woman. You can't keep treating me like this. You can't keep carrying me like that. And then it's vice versa. I'm not the same person who I was 10 years ago. And I think that was the biggest challenge, trying to get to know each other for who we were today.
Tell us from Jealous who we speaking with.
This Hank from Jersey.
Yo, Hank, shout out to Jersey. What's up, bro?
Yeah, I got a question for the lady today.
Okay.
How you doing?
For your blind Sally, why didn't they move her to like a medical unit or something? How was she just like in general population and she was blind?
I know that was a good question. I'm not sure if it was like a matter of she didn't want to go or she didn't have anybody fighting for her, but she stayed right there and she did her whole time right there in the camp.
So did you feel like you had to protect her or something? Like anybody mess with her or?
No. Everybody loved her. They used to call her Pop. Everybody loved her. But yeah, I didn't feel like I had to protect her, but I just felt like in that moment, being her Sally, I felt like I was her eyes. Like I just needed to, guide her. Like I said, she just always said, I just want to be able to read the Bible. So I would read the Bible to her at night and stuff like that. So I just felt like I was building a relationship with her. And then I was able to like get information from like the Blind Association and different things and give her information about it. So I think I was there for a purpose and it was served.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. Yeah, I like this episode, but I'll talk to y'all.
All right,
Thank
thanks,
you.
man.
All right, man. Thanks, man. Be safe.
Tell us from the jail. So we speaking with. They hung up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was it when you have like a physically or mentally impaired cellmate? Is it like a certain kind of cell you in, or is it just a regular cell?
Regular.
Oh,
It was
okay.
just a regular cell.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was a regular cell. They really don't get no extra treatment. They don't get no extra treatment. If you're in a wheelchair, if you're in this, like you still got to go to count. You still got to stand up for count.
I got to rebuttal that though. I got to rebuttal for the men, the people that's handicapped and being blind is a disability. You have a handicap cell. We have like 4 handicap cells on the block. They got a handicap shower. I'm quite sure they got one for the women
Behind
too.
the fence they did. Behind the fence they did have
Like they got a shower that's way better than ours. Like you could pull the joint, you could sit down in there, and you could just be spraying the shit all on you. But then they got the handicap cells too. They got certain little things for them that a regular cell don't got. That we fully capable, so they got that for the men.
They had that in Hazleton. I did see that. Like they had that the bigger room and the handicap cell and stuff like that.
Yep.
But in the camp, I didn't see that in the camp. Like there was no no. They might have just been on the first floor. Mind you, Lexington,
First
it was
floor,
bad. We didn't even have AC.
But Lexington is a medical facility.
Yeah, but we
Crazy.
were. But the camp, the satellite camp, is no. We didn't have. It was hot. There was no AC in that entire building.
Yeah.
In summertime, it was hot.
In abundance hot, huh?
Let me ask you another question, because he always talks about this, like the just like the cooking aspect. Using the cooking chi-chis and
no.
You can't cook. You know how to make chi-chis?
No,
They don't
I
cook
do
chi-chis
not.
in the feds,
They
though,
do.
bro.
They made them potato logs.
Yeah, potato, but that's better than cheat.
Stop Money said she can cook. Well, maybe I'm confused about what the
No,
what
they
it's
was
called.
making
She call it chatting over cheese, but don't nobody make cheese in the field. Like,
yeah,
nobody
they might make some noodles and put stuff. Yeah, we got microwaves.
Y'all make real meals.
Yeah, they're frying chicken in the microwave.
Yeah, like we got microwaves. You don't got that in the state.
Oh wow!
Vegetables, they're cooking eggs on the iron. Like we have iron, so they're cracking eggs, making breakfast sandwiches.
Y'all poof stuff in there, like always talk about they be poof.
It's not poof. It's called boof.
Boof.
What's that?
Boof. If you gonna say it, get the word right.
What is boof?
Like if you working in veggie prep, you ain't allowed to bring onions and shit out. Or you might go. Some guards be thorough, like yo, you could bring 2 and 2 out. That's it.
Oh yeah.
No, boofing is putting a bell pepper in between your ass cheeks.
Yeah, they was doing all that. Oh yeah, we was we was we was doing all of that. So I had a stigma of gaining weight. Okay, I was scared to gain weight in prison. So if you would see my prison picture, it wouldn't be like what I'm today. I was so tiny. I stayed small my entire bed. I needed to give myself some room to come out here and gain some weight. So I was scared to eat a lot of things that people eat, like cheese and potato. I was scared to eat that stuff because I was just didn't want to blow up. Like women went to prison and got big. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, no, that ain't gonna be my story.
You don't have a lot of women on the yard working out? Because in the men's joint, every time you go to rec yard, there's 40 niggas over there doing burpees, another 30 over here in the weight pit. There's 25 running the track at the same time.
Not at all.
It's just a goddamn training circus out there.
Not
so women don't do that.
No. I mean, you have your few that get up and but out of the whole prison?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's a bunch of heavy Chevys in there, huh? Yeah. Take this call. Tell us from the jail, who we speaking with.
Assalamu alaikum, and do Malik.
Alaikum salam. What's going on? Do Malik, how you doing, bro?
Nah, I'm dear live about yourself.
I'm doing good, alhamdulillah. What's going on?
Where you calling from, Abdul Malik?
Oh man, you already know, man. The strawberry manager session.
That's a mess.
Hey yo, I got a question for the lady though, man.
How you doing?
I came on a little bit late. I was wondering what jail she was at and why she was in jail.
She right here. She can hear you talking, bro.
I was in I did jail time in Allentown. I did FDC Philly. I did Alderson. I did West Virginia Hazleton, and I did Lexington Atwood in Lexington, Kentucky. And I was in for drug conspiracy and wire fraud conspiracy.
Damn, you're too beautiful to be in somebody's penitentiary, man.
I know. That's why I'm free today, and I'm out here just trying to uplift our youth. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't wish down on our worst enemy.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, one more question.
Uh-huh.
All right, being as though, you said you was in the jail and all that, so you going through something we all went through that was down, the wrong road. So, do you think people, Ali Salam, do you think people that been out this genre for for a long time while we was in jail and all that, I think they be playing with their life like they not really on it. Certain people that we might have been hanging around before we went to incarcerated, and then when we come home, they still on the same exact thing. How do you handle?
I agree.
Like that,
I agree. That was a hard adjustment as well because I felt like I owed people something when I came home because so many people was there for me and supportive. So when I came home, I felt like I owed people stuff. So I'm trying to play catch up. Like I got to show up for this person. I got to show up for that person. And then finally, I just got to realization like I have to be selfish, even though like I was away and people might look at that as being selfish. But when you have so much clarity inside there and you're away from a lot of distraction, your mentality is different. You got a game plan. You coming out with so many goals and it's so easy to get like off track. So I did have to separate myself from some friends that I had for all my life. Like it was hard for me to kind of separate myself, but I felt like they were still stuck. They were still stuck in the same pattern, the same gossiping, the same stuff. And I had to separate. And it was hard, but at the end of the day, I had to think about me and my daughter.
Yeah, that's what I'm going through right now.
Yeah, just gotta stay focused and you gotta just, first you gotta realize that you don't know about anything and you just gotta just stay focused on those goals that you had prior to getting out here.
Yeah, man. Thanks for calling. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate y'all, man.
All
Y'all
right.
have a wonderful
Take care.
night.
You too.
Assalamu alaikum.
Like assalam. Yeah, man. You know, because I was just sitting here thinking, like, you know, the effects of jail. We always talk about the effects of jail. Jail doesn't always just affect the person who's incarcerated. It has effect on the person, children, you know, significant others, you know, parents, all these different things. And people are affected by prison. Say this call. Tell us from the jail. So we're speaking with. Hung up. So, the advice to people out here knowing, because you experienced it, you saw the effects not only on yourself but everyone else around you. Your advice for people out here who's breaking law, what would you say to them?
But I would say, to piggyback off your question to Tawfiq, I want you to direct it towards the women more.
Yes.
Your advice for these women that think they got or do have degrees and might slip up, and I want you to give it to them solely.
Yeah. So someone always told me, like, we're like, by the grace of God, not I. Like, we're all one decision away from a bad decision that could end us. And like, someone can drink and drive and then cause a homicide, and you didn't see that coming. But you know, something common that people do often: drink and then not thinking they're going to hurt somebody. It wasn't intentional. So, what I didn't get into is, like, I lost my brother. And, you know, my stepfather passed away. I lost 3 aunts, and a cousin was murdered.
Wow.
And then my mother was diagnosed with cancer and died a year after I came home.
Sorry.
So that was just a lot of grief that I had to deal with when I came home. I'm not coming home to my father no more. I'm not coming home to my brother, my cousins, my aunts. My one aunt who advocated for me my entire incarceration, she didn't even get a chance to see me come home.
Wow.
So it was a lot of different grief that I had to deal with that affected me. And I wasn't able to grieve, because if I grieve and cry too much, I'm on suicide watch. So the only time I get to grieve is in the shower. I can't go to any funerals, so I don't know what that looks like. So I would just say that, like my mom always say, you got to take life one day at a time. You can't look down on nobody else. You have to remain humble, because when we're out here trying to be loyal to the fault, when we're that ride or die and we're doing all that, we're not thinking about the consequences that come along with that. So I just tell my young ladies, like, that loyalty means nothing, because when you locked up and you're doing that time, then people aren't there no more. And I'm not saying snitch or this and that, but I'm just saying don't get yourself in a situation where your back is against the wall and it's either you or them. Because 9 times out of 10, they're choosing you.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, don't tell me what you're not going to do until you're in a room and they're throwing football numbers at you. Because I don't want to hear that. I ain't no snitch. You ain't never been in a room where they're throwing football numbers at you and you're calculating and you're like, whatever. Because a lot of people in my case said they wouldn't. And as soon as they got in that room, they flipped. Because it was either them or me. And they weren't doing that time.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have a personal problem with informants, rats, snitches, you know, or do you have a issue with those type of people?
It's not that I have an issue, but I just feel as though, like, when you're caught up in that and you're the kingpin on a case, or when you're this and that, like, you know what what you sign up for.
Exactly.
And if you're going to you know, go out that way, like, I don't feel as though you should take other people with you, or at least kind of get them out the way. So I don't really have respect, honestly, for people who go that route, because I just feel as though, like, you knew what you were signing up for. And it's not even the football numbers, it's the letters too, because a lot of my co-defendants were looking at life.
Wow.
And when they start saying all of that, then they feel like they got to they got to give this up, but I just feel like they should not have. You know, I just really feel like that was my thing with my friends. Like, I'm not giving up no one else that transported, because at the end of the day, I got to go down anyway. And I never wanted anyone in my circle to go down, not even nobody who got money, nobody got nothing. They asked all those questions. Did that person know? That person know? Nobody knew, because I didn't want nobody to go down because of a choice I made. And one of us got to do the time. So I don't want all of us to do the time.
Exactly. Let's take this call. Tell us from the jail, so we're speaking with.
Right, and see, what up? This is Scott.
What's up, man? What's going on, bro?
I just want to start it off by letting y'all know I appreciate the y'all got going on.
I appreciate that, man.
Love for y'all being for consistent and giving us good content at our rate.
Appreciate that, man.
All right, now let me get this shit. I got some questions.
How you doing?
How you doing? All right, now I want to ask you, when you came home, how long did it take you to get the ball rolling? Because it's like, when we hear from different men, it get hard for like coming home time, get back on track. I want to know, like, was it hard for you, or did you have a little help, or did you just get straight to it?
Yeah, it wasn't hard for me. Honestly, I can just, be honest. It wasn't hard. I had a place to go. I had money that I, saved. People, looked out for me when I did come home. Getting a job honestly helped me because they had that, you can't, if your felony was 7 years older, they couldn't ask you. So by me doing time and getting sentenced,
That's why it don't pop up.
yeah, it didn't pop up. And then federal charge hardly ever pop up anyway, because, when they do the background check, if they're not doing the extra federal check, it don't come up. So it wasn't hard for me to get employment or anything. So like I said, my adjustment was more mental than anything, just being back out here, getting adjusted to the language. When I came home, everybody was saying the word weird. You're weird. You're this. And I didn't understand that. Like, I'm like, we didn't talk to each other like that when we was locked up. Like, that's fighting words. Like, so it was hard for me to get adjusted to the way people talk to each other. And I was just like, oh, this is an adjustment for me.
The new word everybody got is go yard now. Everybody like about this go yard bag stuff. That's all you hear. Years ago.
But yeah, as a female, like I don't think I honestly don't think it's hard for anybody nowadays, because there's so many jobs and opportunity. They're looking for people. Like, they are begging people to work. And I have a brother right now that just came home, and he gets job offers like nothing.
Wow.
And it's just him staying committed to the jobs. But no, I think if you want it, I think there's a lot of places that are felon friendly, and there's a lot of money and grants out there for felons that people don't even realize. Like, they get money to hire felons.
Wow.
Okay, well, that's just other words up there now. I got one more question.
Yes.
Did you bring any like jail habits home with you? But like some habits be stuck with you, like getting in the shower, they shower with you, or can't get through the environment because too many people.
No, I don't think I did. I don't think I brought any home with me. Noise, it took me a while to adjust to noise, because I was just around noise so much. I just wanted quiet and solitude. So that did irritate me, like kind of like throw me off when noise and stuff. But I think around like just my count time, my body just was naturally like, I'm supposed to be somewhere. So it's 4 o'clock count, it's 9 o'clock count. I think my body got adjusted to that. And getting up early, to this day, my body wakes up 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, I cannot sleep in. So I feel like I brought that home with me. Just that waking up early,
That's
going to bed
thing,
early.
Though. It's a good thing.
But other than that, no. I think my family, my friends and family just kept me connected so much to outside world that I didn't come home with any prison habits.
All right, man. Right. Appreciate you, man.
Well, that's it. That's all the questions I have.
Thank you for calling.
All right. Thanks, y'all, for calling.
Thank you. Shout
out. Thanks, man. Sorry for cutting you off. Don't forget, y'all, 215-316-4492. We'll take maybe 1 or 2 more calls, then we're going to get up out of here. So, is it any advice, that you have for, just anybody who's going through a hard time, struggling with life, struggling with, finding whatever it is, whatever their struggles are? Is any advice you may have for anyone out there that may be listening to this show?
Yeah. I always say,
Hold on, let's take this call. I'm sorry. Tell us who the jails.
Hello.
How you doing? Who we speaking with?
Hey, my name's Sabina.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, it's my friend.
I'm watching it on the video, so let me lower it down.
This is my sis.
Your sister?
Hey. The baby's in the background, pardon me.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, but no, just wanted to come on. Thank you for, giving her the platform. Carin and I have been down for years, and, this is a testament to her character and just her drive. And I love that, she's showcasing it. She is a unique person, and everybody should know her. So I just wanted to come on and, show support.
Sis, love you.
I do have a question, if that's okay. So, I think about it as far as when you were away. And, selfishly, I'm like, did I support? Was I there? Did you feel that, your friendships and relationships didn't miss a beat? And, part of it is, how did you come back home and stay connected or reconnect with those friends?
I would honestly say no. Like, first of all, I want to thank you for going through my incarceration and bid with me. She rode with me my whole 10 years.
Wow.
And mind you, we met in college.
Mm-hmm.
And she came to Philly to see me. She came to Kentucky to see me.
Shout out to her.
She traveled, to come and see me. So first of all, no, I would never take that from you. You definitely was there. You show up for me continuously. If I'm having something on mind, get on the road with the kids and just being there for me. There's times that I feel like I haven't been there for them. Like, I miss vital, important moments in our life. So not at all. I feel like I stayed connected by when I called, you guys picked up the phone for me. And when I had a video visit, you got on a video when it was a visit and you could make it. You came to see me, and I just continue to stay connected. Birthdays, I would send cards. I would send emails. Like, I would stay connected and involved in our lives as much as I could.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
when I came home, it was just so easy to pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just, you worry about it. It's like, even me, like, was I there for you enough, or was everybody there for you enough? Did she feel covered and supported? And I know you did. It's just, it's things in the back of your mind where you're like, kind of like, we wish she could have been there with you,
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
You did a lot, and I love you for it.
Yeah, love you too.
Well, thank you.
But no, I'm gonna let y'all go. This is definitely, I've been watching the whole time, so I love you, and keep shining your light.
All right. Thanks, sis.
Take this last word. That's still online. But thank you for calling. Appreciate you. They still
Yeah, like, I was blessed and fortunate to have some great friends. Like, not everybody can say that. That's not everybody's story. But I had a mother. First of all, I had a mom who said, as long as I got breath in my body, you ain't never gonna go without. And we gonna do this time, one day at a time. And as soon as I hit that airport, she picked me up, sick and all. She said, babe, we walked this shit down.
Wow.
So, like, I was blessed, and it just showed me, to have a friend, you have to be a friend.
Mm-hmm.
So it showed me the type of person I was in people's lives. For them to be able to still show up for me for 10 years of my incarceration,
Wow.
still show up for me when I was down. And then when I hit the street, they still did not leave my side.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Now, once again, like, I was kind of even, tap a little bit more into the last message. If you have, before we close out, if you have any last message you want to leave, if say this was your last podcast or your last minute up here talking, if you want to leave a message to your mother, or your daughter, or your loved ones, anyone out there who may be watching this, what message would you give to them?
Message do I give to them? As far as, like, not going down the path, or
just a message. Like, if you just want just a personal message to those who love and care about you.
Oh, first I would just want to say, thank you. I love you, to all my family, loved ones. Even my sister, me and my older sister, having a little issue right now. But, I love her. She definitely showed up for me my entire incarceration. I would never take that away from anyone that showed up and was there for me. And I just love the support when I'm down, when I feel like I'm not doing enough or I should be doing more. They're right there encouraging me, picking me up. Like, look how far you came. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. You overcame this. You overcame that. Like, it's hard to bounce back, losing your mom, losing your anchor, losing your backbone. Yeah. And I was still able to press through and write my book and finish my book and, and honor my mother. So I just want to just thank everyone who just continues to love on me unconditionally, continue to show up for me, support me, giving me a second chance. A lot of people have given me a second chance. I'm not defined by the choices that I made in the past. Yeah. I'm able to talk through them. I'm able to laugh at it today, but it doesn't define who I am as a person and my overall character. And just for anyone out there, like I said, like when you're in a situation and your back is against the wall, just remain humble, because it may seem like some quick money, a fast way out, but all of that comes with some type of consequence. Something may not end up in federal prison like I did, but it's going to end up somewhere, you know. I always just say, stay the course. It's not easy, especially these times. Yeah. It's hard. But I promise you, if you trust the process, you will come out on the other side alone. And you got to have faith, whatever that look like. Whatever faith you have to pull from it. Because in these times, we need our faith. Sure. We need our faith, and that's what got me through my time, my faith. So.
Well, I want to say thank you for coming on to the show, and I really appreciate you, coming up here and sharing your story, because it's not really easy to come up here. People think it's easy to come up here and speak or talk about their past and so forth and so on. It's not really easy to do it, and you came up here. You did a hell of a job. You did, I didn't need. This is for me. This is one of the best interviews, and I want to say that I want you to continue to push the envelope and continue to be positive, continue to do what you're doing, because after this, you may get a lot of people, a lot of young girls who watch our podcast who may be trending to go to jail, and it may help them change their lives. So I want to say thank you for coming on to the show. Anything you want to say, Young?
Patience. You see what she said? Patience, man. Stay the course. That's the whole thing, man. 3 seconds can change your life for the worse or for the best. That's it, man. Think about it a couple extra seconds, man. Ponder on it a little bit, and patience. Stay at it. Stay diligent, man. Listen, me telling you this, for me saying it, we talking about black today. We talking about black right now. I'm telling you this. If I'm telling you this, it's something good. Stay patient, man.
Stay patient, yeah. And real quick, like someone who finds herself in a situation like that right now, who might be fighting a case, maybe out here on pretrial release or looking at time, just know it's not the end. People always say, like, if you would have knew you was going to get this, and that. People say, like, I wish I would have knew the future. No, I probably would have hung it up and probably committed suicide if I would have knew all these things were going to happen to me. I would have never thought I would have had the strength to get through it. So I'm just telling someone who's out there, who's going through it, who feel like giving up, feel like they lost hope, just to hold on, because I promise you, my mom used to always say, baby, I promise you, if you just make it through the next day, you're going to be okay. And every day I made it through the next day, I was okay. I was okay. So that's just my little piece of advice, just to hold on.
Yeah, and once again, y'all, we are on all platforms. Y'all can check us out. This episode will be available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. I think that's, of course, on YouTube as well. You can definitely, the episode will be available normally like 2 minutes after we're done. It'll be available as well. For me, I just want to say, y'all, just stay positive, stay humble, man, stay focused, man, and stay free, most importantly.
Stay free, yes. Thank you for having me.
Thank you as well. Anything else, Young, before we get about it?
No, that's it.
That's it.